with Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanted to be said. 90 minutes for Phil to fill with so much time to kill, he promised Chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to wane, but all is fine as long as Chat's been 9 and doesn't step out of line. His content sound mature for all to enjoy, like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran through to feel so insecure. The money earned from yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. His support is also slow and stays so low and fails to grow. You never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Most things across the board we charge toward because the score can't be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us all feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch it creep, we play bingo while Phil will bitch on why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across our screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals our soul machine. He's not in burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if Andrew fans chatters can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and slaps his leg before launching into a bike, pretending there for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of Claw's cat and fatty life and all his strife while forgetting that tits done well and they were right. With drama he will react, but as an actor it's a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. 3 streams nearly over and a win is in sight, with little white despite Phil's delight that tits were not light. We'll say alright, it is okay, and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tits will help from being off the other day, and with those words we win again. It's never if but always when the game is won, and thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to what should have been DSP Bingo for today, the 7th of July 2025. But there is no DSP, and there will not be a DSP today as far as we can tell, because Phil came out with this message earlier on today. So Phil said, due to unforeseen circumstances, I am unable to stream today. I have no estimate for when I will be able to stream again, so please stay tuned here for updates. I do hope to return as soon as possible, so stay tuned, and thanks for understanding. And naturally, this has caused a flurry of speculation online, as you can imagine. You know, I mean, Phil's ambiguity as to what the fuck's going on has generated some questions, you know what I mean, and some pertinent questions. Now, so one of the first people to respond to me was Prophet, who shared with me this image here. So Prophet was one of the first people to respond to me, saying Xfinity user reports, been a lot of reports in the last 24 hours of, you know, outages, whatever. There's seems to be some sort of issue with his internet, essentially, you know, because that is who Phil is with Xfinity and all that jazz. So it's quite possible this is just a simple case of dodgy internet, and this is kind of supported by this as well. This so he also searched Phil's address and the scheduled maintenance, which is planned for 12 AM. Phil's, you know, that's tomorrow though, essentially. Phil's still like 13 hours away from the start of his planned maintenance in his area. So, I mean, but there is a planned outage for some, for some, you know, maintenance onto business, like Comcast business services, not jazz, you know what I mean? So, it could be something to do with that. Or, so that was Prophet's idea. Prophet's suggestion was it could very well be, you know, internet issues, whatever. Rain Lemure also pointed out that there is apparently some power issues in the Renton area. If we go here, you know, so assessing damage here, it's under investigation. There's some issues when it comes to power in general in the Renton area. So that is a distinct possibility as well. Big ups to Rain Lemure for picking up on that. So that might so those are two very real, very possible explanations as to why Phil was not streaming today, okay? Let's just make that pretty clear. Those are some of the more rational explanations and probable explanations as to what's going on with Phil. Now, I get that people love coming up with theories, you know what I mean? Evil Age tweeted about this, you know what I mean? And people are like, you know, let this, you know, that's what I'm saying, Evil Age is all for it, you know, let speculations commence. I honestly think that Phil wants that, you know? I am of the opinion that Phil is hoping that detractors, you know, go crazy with the speculation, which means that when Phil does come back, likely tomorrow at some point, if not later on today, he can go, oh, the detractors and the trolls were going crazy, they were speculating like mad, they were coming up with all sorts of bizarre conspiracy theories as to why I wasn't online. Phil needs drama. Phil needs to be talked about. And him wording it in this very vague and ambiguous manner is going to invite speculation, it's going to invite engagement, it's going to invite interactivity on his social media. Don't believe me? Well, okay, hold on. Let me show you his Twitter feed, shall I? Let's just fucking refresh his Twitter feed so you can see what I'm fucking saying here, okay? So, look at his pinned schedule tweet. 9 comments, 7 likes, who the fuck cares? Let's scroll down to this tweet here. From 2 hours, so this one was July the 5th, 2 days ago, his scheduled tweet. So 2 hours ago. And 52 comments, and 98 likes. You know, his big drama tweet or whatever, you know, I mean, so much engagement, so much, you know, so much speculation going on in Phil's Twitter account. And then next tweet, also from 4th of July, you know, 18 comments, 6 likes, who the fuck cares? You know, from his, happy 4th of July, it's time for my marathon, yeah, come by, who the fuck cares? And it's all about who the fuck cares. Anytime Phil gets traction on social media is when he's intentionally being, he's trying to bait drama in some capacity. Like this tweet here as well. Never before have I seen a bigger group of babies in tonight's opponents in CVS2. Not all of them, but some of these people are so awful. What a rage quitting. Oh yeah, he does it intentionally to, you know, try and farm some drama and engagement and all that crap, you know what I mean? And as I help, it has begun. Enjoy the start of the gorgeous modded playthrough of GTA 4 here. 1 comment. 5 likes. You see what I'm saying? Phil being intentionally vague with what he fucking says and shares.
She's a big fucking bitch.
It's like, you know, it's probably going to be a big massive nothing burger, but it might not be, of course, but it could very well be. But Phil relies and craves this sort of fucking thing when people like you and me are on the internet talking about why Phil is not here today as planned. Thank you, Anders Pack, for the 100 CD scroller. It says Piggy has 2 different connections to make sure he stays online via the same company. Makes no sense at all, but it's Piggy. Nothing that does make sense. He'll use anything to make more money. It's a good point. It's a very good fucking point. Phil will, you know, use anyone and anything at any time to try and make money. Just look at Kino Casino. So there you go. And also, that's the thing as well. It is Jade's birthday today. Time birthday for Jade. And Phil was not here for it. Once again, Phil Burnell letting down his most loyal fans on their most special of days. No Street Fighter, you know, for you, Jade. And also no birthday celebration. Oh, poor Jade. But there you go. So you see what I'm trying to say? Like, I personally, I mean, I'm not sure what to believe, okay? I'm not sure what to expect. Right before going live here, Bland Polecat had an interesting theory here, you know, so I'll share their speculation, why not? So their theory is, so hear me out. Cat isn't gone. In fact, I'm looking at signs that Cat may be very, very sick. I think the stories that Phil told Kino about Cat being sick are true. You gain weight really fast from certain medications for chronic illness. What if Cat is really sick, like really sick? Phil has seemed to be really stressed lately. He's asking for more money. 5k for a signed vest seems really specific. Medical bills for chronic illnesses get pricey as hell, y'all. He also took a fuck ton of breaks during his marathon to check on her. She wasn't feeling up to making the food for a marathon, so he lied about it being ruined. Now today he's saying he doesn't know when he can stream again. Maybe they went to the doctor to the weekend and she needs to be hospitalised, but he doesn't know for how long. He's panicking because he never saved his money. Now the bills are racking up and Cat may be getting worse. Interesting theory, but I'm not sure I'm fully sold on it. For a couple of reasons. If Cat had a genuine serious chronic illness, why the fuck is that big beefy bitch still going to work on a regular basis? Like whenever Jasper's in the room with Phil, then that's because Cat's not there. Like, Jasper would never go in the room with Phil unless Cat's there. That's just the way it is. That's how you know Cat's not there. If Jasper's there, Cat's not. I mean, and that's not even me being, that's literally factual. Phil has implied that if Cat is there, the door is closed, and so we can just get on with his fucking business or whatever, you know? So yeah, to me it's kind of weird that she would still fucking do a retail job, but she's apparently fucking fed up with, you know, trying to, you know, when she's got a chronic illness. I don't know about that. You know, there's something a bit funny there. Also, I mean, I'm not sure it done. It's an interesting theory, you know, from Bland. So yeah, there could be some legs to that. Who knows? So yeah. Then it says I'm with a bit one beautiful bill, no healthcare, so Kit needs to go to work. Well, but yeah, there you go. It could be a possibility. Who fucking knows? I thought we can have a wee look at some of the other theories from Evil Age's tweet. So if I should refresh the tweet here to see his most up-to-date latest theories. So also I shared it, so Prophet shared it with me, and I shared it in turn, you know, with Evil Age. Just a speculations, it could just be internet, whatever. So Steve Adet says, hangover after a 2-day binge following the $1,000 Closet Queen out. That is also a good shout. Remember, so Phil made over $1,000 from his marathon on Friday, which sadly means we did not get the free spaces for bingo, because the majority of people guessed between $500 and $1,000. Phil got $1,065 or something. He was just over that threshold, which meant the majority vote was just, you know, out, you know, we're just off, you know, less than $100. So no shame, but there you go. So Phil could have went mental, with all the support he got on Friday, and in turn had a big massive 2-day bender, which means he's fucking fragile as fuck today. One thing to bear in mind is that Phil tweeted this at 8:09 AM his time. This time zone is Phil's time zone. Why in the hell would Phil Burnell be awake at 9 minutes past 8? I don't think he's ever seen a clock that early before in his life. And yet here he is, he's awake far earlier than usual, far earlier than planned when he tweeted this out. So, I don't know, it's a strange one. It really is a strange one indeed. And also this is also fueling a speculation, you know what I mean, why? Why is he not going to do the stream? Why is he tweeting that early? Did something happen over the weekend or whatever? Misery Merchant says dying mum theory, and also I've seen a lot of people, like, there's been a lot of whispers about Linda passing, which I don't know. I'm not sure if there's any substance to it. I think it's just kind of speculation for the most part. I don't know. It's a morbid one to fucking theorise, obviously, that one. But his parents are not well, according to Phil. I've always been saying that for the last, 6 years. There you go. Phil Callan says, unforeseen circumstances reeks of something the stupid cat did, or they want an extra day or two in the hotel. Either way, he's hungover. Where Chris says that Tyrone and Kit have him locked out of the house. That's a good one. Theo says the AC he bought just exploded. If only. The real DSP says he went to see mom, that's why he had to have a marathon. A lot of people think Phil went home to Connecticut over the weekend. You know? He had a heart attack, well, you know, maybe who knows in the future. He got guilted into honeymoon. Bitch, we've been guilting Phil for years with that. There's no way he's going to get guilted now into it. You know? Ariana here says he needs extra time to come up with an elaborate story to tell his gullible viewers to trick them into giving them even more money. Well, that's probably true. That's probably true for the most part right there. Methbear says there's an obituary floating around for a Linda Burnell, who was a New York resident who died 2 years ago. There's no fucking way. There is no way it's the same one. Can you imagine Phil not telling anyone his mother died? There's no way. There's no way. I refuse to believe that Phil would be that sort of person who wouldn't even reveal that information to his audience. You know, Jesus Christ, man. It can't be. There's no way. It's not the same one for sure. God no. What other things do we have here? PWR showed up to his house and broke his nose and all the stupid. Jesus Christ. Aye, PDR's going off the fucking rails I've seen. Aye. Kit ate him and took over the account. She will wear a skin and clothes and the retard didn't soap in the visor. Look, there's one slight flaw, Sloperman, in your logic here. There is no way that Cat will fit into a Phil Burnell skin suit. The other way around, easily, but no way in hell is that big, beefy individual squeezing herself into that Phil skin suit. That is anatomically impossible. Have you seen the dimension difference? There's no way. There's no way. I'm just saying. Other than that, it's a very solid idea. The logic's sound apart from Cat no fit into the Phil skin suit. Oh god already. But yeah, a lot of people thought he was in Connecticut. He's another one, you know, from Doc's number. He's probably in Connecticut. He's trying to pull one of us to own us and not swat him. Now's the time for the poo touchers to verify. Nah, no. Jesus Christ. I don't think so. I don't know. Dark Red Honkin says hungover and or pity bait. Dude made over $1,000 on Friday and lately wasted it all. Oh, that's business as usual, that is. The fake emergency card hasn't been used in a while. His debt should respond to them and spend above their weekly tithe. Well, there you are. Time to go Zerk says best case scenario, drunk too much alcohol all weekend and he's having a bad hangover. Worst case scenario, his mother passed away and he's going to lay her to rest. Oh, for God. and he's moaning but can't tell. No, like. I'm not trying to word this in a way where I'm not fucking trying to sound like fucking preacher or anything. When the time comes, when Phil's mother and or father fucking do pass away, I would hope nobody fucking makes fun of Phil for that. You know what I mean? I would like to believe there's not a single detractor out there who would mock Phil for having a parent die. You know, can you imagine Phil's like, I don't want to tell you guys in case the internet made fun of. No, there's no fucking way a reasonable human being would make fun of somebody for a fucking parent passing away. But Phil's probably has fucking have that mindset where he's like, I don't want to tell anyone in case someone tell, you know, I don't know. So yeah, I'm not, Jesus man, that's, but there you fucking go, who knows. But yeah, obviously a lot of comments, a lot of theories going around, which is what Evil Age was inviting, of course. Evil Age was these, and it's not a trip or a fake illness or anything like that. He'd love to give an update so Dents have the vault ready. He really doesn't know when he'll be back, so therefore it's not in his control. He potentially did nothing wrong and theoretically did everything correct, okay. Carefully moved out, could explain the half-assed barbecue excuse. Look, I don't understand how somebody could screw off a... No. Using a slow cooker is the simplest fucking thing in the world. You put the fucking shit in the slow cooker, you fucking wait several fucking hours, and then the shit's fucking ready. That's usually how it goes. I am honestly fucking baffled, beyond belief, that Cat managed to fucking screw up a goddamn slow cooker meal. It fucking does it for you, over the period of several fucking hours. So I am definitely skeptical on whether Cat was using a slow cooker today. I don't think even she would fucking screw that up. You know, which also begs the question, did Phil have it planned all along that he was going to get the fucking Sonic meal after all? On the Friday, who fucking knows? But yeah. So yeah, a lot of speculation involves things like, you know, Phil going to Connecticut, whatever, who knows. Hungover, angry over Triple P's theory on the pork chop video that has some connection with his dying mom and CT. Now he's trying to see if his flight's available just to one up his ops. Okay, so I'm glad that got mentioned, because I am going to I am going to watch that video. There's a video lined up, today has it clipped on his channel, of a Kino mocking Phil about pork chop, whatever, you know what I mean. We'll see, you know, we'll see for ourselves exactly what that video, you know, pertains to, so yeah. But yeah, these are all the theories here. Unforeseen circumstances. This here. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's good.
It's time!
Fruit salad, vodka, and tequila, okay? Let's go together. I got box wine. I got another box on this side, okay? Coconut rum, Everclear. Got another Everclear. Woo! Got a vodka. Woo! Silver rum. Woo! Got another rum. Woo! Got my peach snap. Got another peach snap. Got a triple sec just to make it right. Got a vodka to just help bring them home. Peach vodka, triple sec. My house is always water, okay? So this is Hawaiian punch, guys.
The wine is still going.
You know what I mean? We got a cherry soda there. White Claws, guys. For those of you like... And there you have it, home boy. The whole kitchen sink. Jungle juice. Okay?
It's time!
Shut up. What? Yeah. These are the unforeseen circumstances. I mean, who knows? It's possible. It is possible. Oh, hell. Aye. But obviously, as I said, it's a couple of things to kind of... You know, I personally am not expecting much from this, you know. I'm thinking internet issues, Comcast issues, whatever, you know. And I kind of said as much, you know what I mean? I said there's some things here as well. I'll say I said that this is shared with me by the foot-loving baldass, you know, so that's as a profit share when it's out here, you know. This, you know. And Sizzy Mac on Twitter says if that was the case, he would say so in my opinion. And Mania says, no way, any small problem has to be spun into a Titanic one. Normal person, yes, but we aren't dealing with a normal person. DoorDash. Not being able to get him the pickle menu was spun into an hour of whining. Yeah. Look, as I said, I think Phil, he has learned to embrace the value of ambiguity. Phil has learned to appreciate the power that can have on just farming attention and engagement. He's not given specifics, however. He could probably very easily give specifics, you know, which would explain everything pretty much. But he knows being intentionally vague will drum up interest and have people talking about it on the internet for a day. You know what I mean? It gives us content, essentially. It gives us mentally ill people content. And it gives them a reason to, you know, whine tomorrow about us having content yesterday because of his tweet he made, which intentionally farmed that entire kind of attention. You get what I'm saying? He knows what he's doing in this regard. When he's tweeting this sort of message, he knows exactly what he's doing. So yeah, that's my take on it anyway. I assume there's been no fresh updates since by Phil. Let's go to his page here. Let's go to his posts. No, nothing new. So no fresh update from Phil whatsoever. Let's just go to his Twitter as well in case there's something there or not there or whatever. No, the latest thing was this. Look at this. I'm saying. You get what I'm saying though? Phil intentionally does these sort of things to try and get a lot of attention. 53 comments, 103 likes, almost 10,000 views on this tweet already. This has the same amount of views, this tweet from 3 hours ago has the same amount of views on it as his pinned tweet of a schedule from July the 5th, 2 days ago. The power of drama, everyone, the power of drama and being ambiguous and vague and mysterious and all that shit. Anyway, how about we do this first, okay? I've got some videos lined up here, okay? First of all, how about a Snot Banal compilation from Thursday night and covering some of Friday's antics?
Now let's play the game! Oh my god!
I have to warn everyone. Warning. What you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Well, you state, Phil. Sideways Dutchman has a theory in the chat saying that with him trying to prove a point if he doesn't stream, we've got no content. If that was true, then wouldn't he brag every Sunday about how little detractor content there was on Saturday? Phil's regular days off are now Saturdays. You know, they're pretty much locked on every Saturday. Phil's not here. It's his day off. So wouldn't Phil just fucking spend Sunday going on about how, you know, detractors have nothing to say about him because he was off on Saturday? But that doesn't usually happen. Usually on a Saturday, the one big show to look forward to on a Saturday anyway, is that being said. Because of that being said, usual stream on Saturdays and all that, you know. And also their attendance and figures and numbers are just ridiculous compared to Phil's because, you know, they can pull in almost 2,000 viewers on a regular basis, and Phil's lucky to maintain 200.
Sound good?
Sounds good to me.
That's low fierce according to the game. That's what I did. Low fierce. That's what it gave me. I can't even... Dude, my buttons are so fucking delayed. I can't move. I can't do anything. Yo, every single time he rolls and presses buttons, the game drops my inputs. So I can't respond to roll anything. It's a guaranteed hit or throw. The game is so fucking bad online. So
Lance Catamaran has gifted 10 subs.
Who fucking cares?
I've never run into this thing before. What is it, a money creature? Yeah, look, it's a money creature. It just throws money around. What the hell was that?
Okay, so guys, we are halfway through the stream tonight. I hope that you all are enjoying. Please support the stream. If you're here, again, anything, a single sub, a single membership, one small super chat, a tip, it all adds up because it gets momentum rolling. So thank you, Lance. Thank you, Vernon. Guys, please, let's keep going. Let's hit that goal tonight. We're more than halfway to it. We can do it in another hour, okay? All right, let's do it.
I'm like a super greedy dude. And all I want to do is milk my audience for money and constantly guilt trip them.
can't move, mashing buttons. Still mashing. You can't, dude, I can't do anything because of the lag. I can't stop it. You can do this the whole round. I can't do anything about it, so I'll just wait. Oh, I did up ball, nothing. Now it stops up ball. Dude, it won't give me my input at all. It won't give me my input at fucking all. He did repeated up balls. Nothing. So he just gets to head stomp over and over and lag. This guy is a fucking scrub. He is a button mashing scrub in fucking lag. He's terrible. He's not a good player in any way, shape, or form.
Give me some.
I still hope. I hope that fucking actual fucking proper players that Phil kind of has like respect for. Snake Eyes and all that shit. And I would love it if they fucking played on soccer accounts sometimes. Can you imagine the fucking heat Phil would fucking get by fucking it's the same guy who's fucking praising and fucking kissing his arse, you know what I mean? And he plays him on a soccer account, and Phil's fucking saying this guy's a fucking cheating lagging screen. Can you imagine the humiliation Phil would go through? And all his opponent would have to do, all that guy would have to do, is just play Phil on a soccer account and see if Phil behaves and reacts the same way. The same gameplay, same fighting style, same skill. But would Phil's opinion change because he thinks he's playing someone different?
Some of the salt. Give me that salt. I can't do it. I give up. I seriously give up. I can't do these. I can't do custom combos at all. Maybe if I was younger, but I give up. All right, is there anyone gonna fucking play tonight or what? I think it is. They all collectively said, "Oh, DSP is playing tonight, so let's stop playing because he's whooping our asses and we all fucking suck shit and we get exposed." Seems like it, because there's no one fucking playing right now. Are you kidding me? There's no one matchmaking right now. I have a hard time believing that.
Shut the fuck up. Get a job.
Well, guys, good stuff tonight. What a great streaming day today was. But the week is not over. That's right. The week is not over. Because tomorrow is Independence Day here on DSP Gaming. What does that mean? It means there will be booze, food, great vibes, party atmosphere, new lighting, new animations on the frame, me cleaning out my closet, showing you all this cool stuff in HD for the first time.
Sounds like you had a sheltered childhood. Do you think that affected you as you got older and your view on the world? I would say...
Yes. Okay, we're now into Friday. I remember from fucking Friday's fucking show. Oh my god. Phil absolutely had a sheltered fucking childhood. There's no fucking way it wasn't a fucking sheltered childhood.
I had a unique childhood because I was allowed to play with the local kids. I was allowed to go do things, extracurriculars. I was able to do stuff, but there were limits. It wasn't one of those just go do whatever you want. I did definitely had set concrete rules. My parents definitely protected me from certain things for sure. So it was kind of like a half and half. Sometimes my friends would be doing stuff that I wasn't allowed to do.
I love how Phil couldn't give examples here. This is like, can you imagine what your fellow children who, like, their parents didn't seem to fucking mind doing it. I can only imagine what was that fucking, the things that Phil wasn't allowed to do that other kids were allowed to do. Was it socialising with urban style individuals? Did Phil's parents put a no-no to that potential thing? I don't know. what potential things were his children doing that Phil wasn't allowed to engage in?
And that was just part of reality, My parents had boundaries and rules about things, and, it is what it is. So, did it change me? Did it affect me? Maybe. I think, if anything, it gave me some discipline. Because I think there's a lot of people today, they can't handle being told no about anything.
That's like me, right? That's like me. I had no actual self-awareness.
Right? Like, no. How dare you say I can't do something or that I don't have the freedom to just do whatever I want at all moments? Well, that's not reality. In reality, in life, there's rules for a reason. There's things that are in place. You need to have discipline. You need to have understanding that people are trying to look out for you and be, that's the thing. A lot of people don't understand that. I don't get it. I should just have the absolute freedom to do everything that I want at every waking moment, even if it means that it harms everyone around me and it's to the detriment of the public. No, I should just have freedom. That's actually not how it works.
I just love how Phil, Phil still sees his entire fucking audience as fucking children with fucking wallets. It's like nobody in this fucking audience seems to understand what it's like to fucking be an adult. He's all learning future when you're as old as I am. Like, he just automatically assumes by fucking default that everyone in his audience fucking just maintains the fucking same age mentally Even if they've been watching him, they might have been watching him for fucking 15 years on YouTube. And he's still going to assume they have the mentality of a 15-year-old. They've not grown up yet. Because they watch Phil's content, they didn't mature mentally.
The reason that you're allowed to have freedom is because you have freedom that actually respects others, and therefore everyone can thrive together, not just stomp on everyone around you.
Phil stole fan donations that went towards a Project 7 reboot. Now what I did, we just pocket that, and laughing it up because of the hideous scam of me saying that I had tax issues this year, right? Your hiring manager did 100.
Phil, we've all got fucking taxes to fucking pay, for fuck's sake. Every single self-respecting adult here, you know, pretty much fucking pays taxes. You're not any fucking you know, Phil Burnell pays taxes. Oh no, we better not every single fucking person seems to fucking pay taxes. You know what I mean? You don't see the fucking rest of the world fucking begging people to fucking help pay their fucking taxes, do you? Because you're so financially irresponsible.
Cheer. I said, why would I believe you about anything? When you lied about being engaged, you lied about the wedding, you lied about the cat.
You lied about WWE champions.
So how can I believe anything you say? Then don't. Who cares? I'm a gameplay streamer. Then move on.
Hey, but that's it. Oh my god. That quote. If you don't believe me, then don't. And then the rest of the internet doesn't, and chooses not to. They took Phil's advice, chose not to fucking believe him, and he hates that now. The internet decided, Phil, yeah, we don't believe you. We've seen all the evidence, we don't believe you. And Phil's like, who cares? And like, fast forward to current day where he's fucking losing his damn tiny mind because the internet doesn't believe a word he fucking says.
And stop watching me. It's that simple. Specifically, Twitch terminated the agreement following its investigation of repeated instances of inappropriate conduct involving hateful slurs.
There it is.
Right? Oh, I have freedom to just walk through the street with 2 live chainsaws and I could just spin and chop people's limbs off. No, you can't. You're not allowed to do that. Well, I don't get it. That's my freedom. Can I do that? No, stupid. You can't. That's the problem. There's too many stupid people. If we just let people have untethered freedoms, then they'd kill everyone because they're morons, right? So I learned that as a kid, that I can't just do whatever I want, that there are limits on the things that I'm allowed to do. And I kind of grew up with that mentality that it's for the common good.
Thank God Phil's parents told Phil that he couldn't just get away with being a fucking mass murderer when he grew up. That's almost reassuring in a way. Can you imagine, like, you know, that's the life lesson I took growing up. My parents instilled in me a belief that when I grow up, I shouldn't kill motherfuckers. Like, wow. They're doing a great job of you, Phil.
Right? So, maybe that made me feel very different from others. Like, for example, I legit have a conscience about things that I say and do on the internet now.
False.
Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Wrong. Incorrect. Negative. No. Nay. Absolutely not. Fuck that, Phil. You are a dirty, rotten liar.
And if I were to do a stream where I just rag on someone and I just, you know, tear into someone, I would legit feel bad about it after the fact. Because
yeah, I mean, where'd you even start with that? You know, you had a whole stream bitching and whining and moaning about side-scrollers having their own decompression session. Only Phil was allowed to have a decompression session, not side-scrollers, after that interview. Phil used to have a serious, as Tower Dragon says, Phil had a series titled Friend Request Ridicule. You know? Phil made a very special documentary on RT. Remember Phil made money, made bank with the Kino guys mocking Review Tech USA. Earlier on last week, Phil fucking had a go. He made a special. He made time in his fucking fake podcast to bury Neil Druckmann and bury Phil Spencer. You know? Like, he went out of his way to try and get some, like, clickbait, some video, just, you know, berating these guys, these individuals. Like Phil, like Phil's got this bizarre hate boner for Neil Druckmann. It's like, Neil Druckmann's not involved in the TV show anymore, you know what I mean? And and I'm going to spin wild theories as to why this is. You know, it's because everyone hates him. Like this is how the idea of making like meaningful, positive content by theorising that everybody hates Neil Druckmann as much as he does, and that's why he's like he's not involved with the show anymore. It's like bizarre.
Because I'm of the opinion that I'm someone who has a public following. I'm well known on the internet.
Phil, to a degree, Phil is finger snap famous, you know, that kind of thing. Is like, what's your name? What's your name? And he looks at my, he's the guy. He did that thing. He did that thing when the camera's on. What's his name? What's his name? Oh, you know, he fucking jerked off online. What's his fucking name? He is finger snap famous. They'll recognise the face, but they won't recognise the name. You know, he's that sort of fucking famous.
I should be conducting myself in a way that if I'm going to get over, I don't have to step on others and hurt them to do that. I feel like that's insanely irresponsible, destructive, toxic behavior, and I'm better than that, and I should be better than that. I should aspire to be better than that, so that others can also follow my example. Okay?
So is Phil still parroting the whole thing about him snaking Kino Casino? Like, he is saying all this while wearing merchandise, like Philomania. Philomania was a thing that fucking Kino inspired him to fucking go with. You know what I mean? They inspired him to fucking push for it, you know what I mean? They inspired him to fucking do the shop stuff as well. They inspired him to get merch going again and all that shit. I mean, they really inspired all this shit. And according to Phil...
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
According to Phil, that was an intentional snaking operation on his part to make bank off them. Thank you to Larry for gifting the membership, and congratulations to Corporate Jones. I was going to say Corporal Jones, but CPT, is that Colonel Private? What is CPT? I thought CPL was like Corporal, you know what I mean? Corporal Jones. Captain, Captain, I'm a dafty. Yeah, you're Captain Jones. Thank you very much, Larry, for gifting Captain Jones a sponsor. There we go. There we go. Captain, like everyone said Captain. Up you, Mucky. Mucky's fucking mocking me. Although Mucky's just fucking annoyed because I showed him a spider earlier on that fucking triggered their fucking trauma. Mucky doesn't like spiders, you never fucking guess. Thank you, Larry, for giving that membership. And congratulations, well done to Captain Jones for becoming a member. Make sure you thank Larry when you get a chance, Captain Jones, for that. Very good stuff indeed. Jesus, man. The CPT is like, what the fuck is that? It's not Corporal. See, I thought... Here's me demonstrating I'm old bastard. Anyone that ever watched Dad's Army, there was a character called Corporal Jones.
Oh my dog, what's up?
So yeah, Corporal Jones. Don't panic that guy, you know, fucking the old bastard in the fucking the volunteer army. Just don't panic. Corporal Jones. So there you go. Thank you, Darkside Ranter, for $5 super chat. It says the only reason you're over at all, Phil, is because at the time there wasn't anyone better to watch. Also, quit using wrestling terminology. He can't help it. Ian doesn't watch it anymore. He can't help but use wrestling terminology on a regular basis. Phil loves to fucking pretend he doesn't care about wrestling anymore. He says this while wearing a Philomania t-shirt based on Hulk Hogan. He has a Philomania fucking, you know, what do you call it? The fucking failed bandana in the background, which is like a fucking tablecloth. You know, there's constant fucking reminders. That Philomania thing is a constant reminder, a regular reminder to everyone that Phil, the logic that Phil spun is that he intentionally used people and pretended to be friends with people purely for financial gain and internet clout. That's a story that Phil wants the internet to believe, remember. So anytime you see Philomania in the background, just remember, that all came to be because of Kino encouraging and inspiring him. And Phil's logic is that he was snaking them the entire time.
Insanely irresponsible, destructive, toxic behavior, and I'm better than that, and I should be better than that. I should aspire to be better than that, so that others can also follow my example, okay? Some people who are content creators and popular say, I don't give a fuck about anyone. I'll hurt anyone I want. I'll slander anyone I want. I'll laugh at anyone I want. Who cares? As long as I made a buck today. That's awful. That's literally no respect for anyone around you. It means you had no discipline when you were growing up. You didn't understand about the greater good. You weren't taught any morals. You're just a scumbag.
The greater good? Bitch, this is not fucking Spider-Man. Get that fucking greater good bullshit the fuck out of here. Larry's asking when am I bring back? I mean, I could bring it back whenever, you know what I mean? The people want it. I mean, fucking... You know, fucking... Aye. Fucking... Jesus, man. Aye, making Phil in that game was pretty fucking good. Yeah, but it's just, it's like, it's weird. It's weird to play the game as Phil and try and behave like Phil. Because obviously he's fucking got noodle arms, he's not got a fucking ability whatsoever, he's got no athleticism, no energy, no strength, whatever, no charisma. You know, all he's fucking good at is just like fucking trying to cheese his way to victory, you know, and have other people fucking do all the work for him. So yeah. I might try and do another one like Wrestling Empire sort of stuff, I don't know. I might try and do another wee thing. But it has some fun in Wrestling Empire.
You're a piece of shit.
That's what Phil is. He's a bad person. He's a bad gamer. But here's the evidence. Look at this. This is how you don't play video for this game. It's terrible.
And there's lots of people on the internet like that right now. And it's disgusting that they're allowed to thrive and do that. There should be limitations on the kind of content that can be put out. But right now, there really isn't any. So there you have it. Yeah, I really do feel that having a childhood where I had boundaries and limitations, you call it sheltered, I call it disciplined. I feel like, yes, that actually allowed me to grow up and have morals and values and things that set me apart from other people who make content. There you go.
I love how Phil was assuming that every single content creator like had no parental values instilled in them, whatever. Like Phil's the most. I love in his head, he's probably like the most moral gamer on the planet. Like he sees every single other content creator, especially the gaming content creators, as immoral, scummy, drama hungry pieces of shit. Do you know what I mean? They would sell their own fucking grannies to fucking make a buck. I'm just like, what the? Like, and Phil's like some sort of fucking, like, you know, the second coming of Jesus or something. What the fuck? This is how he sees himself.
Didn't I tell someone to eat my ass with a spoon? Indeed I did, and they should have.
Bruh. Spoiled fucking brat. I just received a one...
Fuck off, Snort Burnell. Like, Snort. I love your compilations, pal. The compilations are so robust. And plus, meaningful. But you've got to stop using this fucking filter. This flashbang fucking filter is painful on the eyes. You've got to stop that shit, pal. I mean, honest to goodness, you know what I mean? Just please, for the love of all that's fucking right, stop blinding us all with a fucking flashbang filter.
$100 tip. I have a hot list of fucking... I press the button and it sends out the fill signal. And then fucking all the whales start running in. With money bags. They run to the stream to save it. So there you go. Yes, if we hit $5,000 of support today, someone will get a signed vest. How about that?
And that's what Bland Polecat was alluding to in their tweet earlier on. Like, Phil, somebody kind of asked the idea, would Phil potentially donate one of the vests to a viewer? And Phil came out to figure $5,000. Right now, $5,000 for a fucking random old ass vest. A sweaty old ass vest with Phil stinking it.
It's called fucking greed.
I just counted and I have 10 vests. So that means if we raise $1,000 today, we'll have seen all the vests.
And that's exactly what happened.
And they'll all be retired, okay? That's what it's...
And that's not what's happened, because Phil is not actually retiring these things. He's going to bring it back every year. Every year, Phil's going to fucking just have a... Well, I don't think about a closet clean out every year, but he might put on the vests once a year for $50 per vest or something like that, 100, who knows. But Phil will say he's going to use this annually as a way to try and get money from his dumbass dent heads.
It's gonna take $1,000 and then all vests are seen and retired. Okay, so...
I will put into recycling when I go downstairs later. Okay.
I mean, that might be included. So that could be included also in this compilation. That Phil apparently wanted $10,000 for the Xbox 360, which has like Machinima branding in it. You know, that might be worth a bit more extra money than usual because of the unique branding, you know, Machinima fucking... But not 10,000. Not even half that, for God's sake. The delusional is all fucked.
$100, everybody, from NDO 103.
Is it a whale? It is a whale, because it has those whale-like teeth that filter things. It looks like cones. He's got a big old eyeball.
A lot of jealous people coming on stream today. They're seeing me have a good time with my audience, just chilling, cleaning out my closet, having shots, dressing up silly for Independence Day, and they're like, imagine anyone coming by and supporting this guy. Yes, they do, because they like me, unlike you.
Here's Phil focusing on the positivity as always. You know, Phil ignores what the detractors and naysayers say. He doesn't pay attention to the negativity and the critics. Well, no. He's too focused on the positivity and having a grand time to fucking give any time of day to the negativity. Here's a perfect example of Phil ignoring that right there. And yeah. He turns a positive, and this is Phil turning a positive into a negative, and he thinks it's fucking him being positive. Like it's weird for him to hyper focus on this kind of thing. Most of his audience are there for him. There's not a lot of them, of course, but most of them are there for him and actually to unironically enjoy being there to celebrate the event with him. But he focuses on the small, smallish kind of vocal minority that fucking just questioned fucking reasons why people throw so much money at this fucking waste of time event, and he just fucking lasers in it, and he turns a negative, and it turns a positive into a negative, just for the sake of trying to fucking brag.
Imagine anyone coming by and supporting this guy. Yes, they do, because they like me, unlike you. See, no one likes you because you're a loser. People like me and they come and support me no matter what I'm doing. I can put on a silly hat, I could actually be playing a game, I could be talking on a podcast, I could be taking a shit, and they still support me. You had no support because no one likes you. You're an asshole. That's why you're on my stream complaining about me being successful and you being a schlub. Anyway, let's continue. Come on, we got 19 bucks. Let's get to 500 right now. Food's coming in about an hour. For the record, my wife is making the food. I can smell it. It smells amazing. She's been slow cooking this chicken with this...
I know. So I've not seen this bit. I've not seen this part as far into it before. Food is coming in an hour. That wording strikes me as odd. For some, I wouldn't say if a meal's getting cooked, I wouldn't say it's coming in an hour. It'll be ready in an hour. It's coming. If the food is coming, that means it's coming from somewhere it's not there. You know what I'm saying? It's weird to think of that, It's just very weird wording.
Come on, we got 19 bucks. Let's get to 500 right now. Food's coming in about an hour. For the record, my wife is making the food. I can smell it. It smells amazing. She's been slow cooking this chicken with this homemade barbecue sauce all afternoon. It smells great. So
why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
I'll probably be eating in about an hour. So let's get more liquor in me before it just gets negated by the food. Right? Let's go.
What do I think helped improve my drinking? Gee, let's see. A million things. Actually wanting to not be passed out drunk and actually being able to wake up in the morning and enjoy life. Like, you see, a lot, I told you guys, I had depression for a long time, and I would drink to get myself through the next fucking day.
I really do feel like the Kick viewers should get us to 550. Someone on Kick want to do 4 subs right now and get us to 550? Because you guys have been voting on the hats all day. You've already voted on, what, 4? 5? You guys are getting...
Wait. Sonny says that Kat went to Sonic to get food as she ruined the dinner. Wait, is that true? Like, did Phil confirm that? Phil didn't DoorDash a Sonic. Phil asked Kat to go to Sonic and pick up Sonic and bring it back. Is that what Phil said happened? Because if that's true, then why in the absolute fuck can Kat not do that on a more regular basis, rather than just fucking spending extra money on DoorDash? It makes no sense. I don't know, Jesus Christ, man, that's bizarre to me. As I said, like, it defies logic, for any... Phil, like as I said, Phil was asked why can't Kat bring anything home on her way home, Like, I'm not going to force Kat to run errands for my business or whatever. It's like, well, no one's telling her to fucking go her goddamn way for you, Phil, you know what I mean? Heaven forbid somebody you fucking love should do that for you. But no, if she's on her way home from work, can she not pick up shit from work? Or, on the way home from work towards home? And she's passing a fucking grocery shop. She can pick up things needed for fucking dinner later on. And she's passing a fucking fast food place. She can pick up fast food while your DSP tries it. It benefits her as well because likely the DSP tries it is in part for her. So like, I mean, that's but that apparently is fucking insane, according to Phil. I'm you know, trying to have Cat do that is like, you know, treating your spouse like a slave, apparently.
Getting all these advantages, but so far there's been like just a couple of subs, and then your future stepdad did 5. You guys are getting a pretty big advantage right now. Maybe, you know what? I think maybe unless Kick gets us to 550, maybe I'm not gonna give you guys the poll for the hat. I think I'm gonna give it to YouTube, because the YouTube viewers have been doing super chats all day, tips all day, memberships all day. I think so. So if someone does 4 subs to get us to 550, I will give you guys the poll for the hat. If not, it's gonna go to YouTube when we hit 550. Okay.
When you don't hit tips, you get nasty towards your viewers and you
Yep.
try to guilt trip them.
Yep.
Oh, this is a contribution to the chip. This is not a contribution for the hat. Okay, never mind. Crisis averted. So thank you for 20 bucks, whoever that is. We have a $20 contribution. However, the person didn't give their name. Well, that's a problem.
You have their email address though if they tipped you. Just saying.
I will save your email because I have your email address, because when you tip me, I get your email address.
Why not just email them back saying, hey, please give me more details of who the fuck you are so I can dox you?
So I will save your email. Let's see by the end of the stream if someone is more interested than $20.
Who fucking cares?
Review text chip. The food did not go well at all. Not only did the mac and cheese not come out right, the barbecue sauce for the chicken was not good.
How in the fuck do you, Jesus Christ, man. A reminder that apparently, according to Phil Burnell, Cat loves cooking. It's a passion of hers to cook and clean, apparently. She's a regular little fucking like housewife, you know, like, and yet she can't cook. Anything. Oh my god, a destroyer of all meals and household appliances. Cat Burnell, everyone. Jesus Christ, what the fuck, man? So Phil had no choice. He had no choice but to order Sonic.
My wife followed 2 different recipes, exactly as they said that they were. The mac and cheese basically didn't cook right, and the barbecue sauce was insanely vinegary and sweet. It tasted nothing like barbecue whatsoever.
I have sometimes made meals from scratch as well, following recipes, and usually they don't come off like I never, you know, you never fucking recreate like restaurant style quality, but they're usually not bad. You know, it's things like, you know, fucking, you know, handmade like fucking potato wedges with some paprika or, you know what I mean, that kind of shit, you know, or fucking, you know, breadcrumb chicken shit, you know what I mean, with some sort of spices and herbs and shit. That kind of shit. I mean, obviously, it's not elaborate fucking meals by any fucking stretch of imagination, but I still fucking, you know, follow the instructions to a certain degree or whatever, make sure, you know, it's like, how can you screw these things up? If you're following recipes, it shouldn't go so monumentally fucking wrong unless you fucking didn't pay attention to the fucking recipe.
Can you attest, have I treated you right? What do you
Never.
think?
You're an awful person.
The rumors are true, guys. What can I say? So, sadly, we don't have a homemade barbecue meal.
Who fucking cares?
It is what it is. It's not her fault. She's upset. You know, she's very upset because she worked hard. She cooked all this food. And we're both tasting it and we're like, can't eat this. You know, like, it's not good. It's not appetizing at all. And she cooked a while. So
This guy's a bitch.
it is what it is. I'm sorry. I promised you guys we would have this backyard barbecue style meal. It didn't turn out well, and she worked hard. And the reason I was down there so long, I was cleaning all the dishes. I was like, let's just clean this all up now, get it out of the way. So we did. We cleaned
in the middle of your marathon that is meant to be a reward for your audience for hitting 50 goals, by the way. I think, is that true? Wait, is this marathon a reward, or was it something Phil wanted to do just for the hell of it? I always get confused these days. When Phil's doing a marathon, is it because, like, you know, sometimes it's for goals, and sometimes it's because he just fucking wants to do it at a certain time to try and milk his fucking audience for their fucking welfare checks. But either way though, abandoning your stream, your marathon stream, could Phil not wait until later? Like, sometimes I do that shit, you know. If I have dinner before, usually I have dinner before bingos, okay? Like I'll have dinner before bingo, and then I get ready for bingo and get set up for bingo, whatever, and if I can do bingo and have a good time, whatever. And by the time I finish bingo, it's sometimes like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And if there's dishes to be done, I will then do the dishes. Simple. Like, I don't just like, why couldn't it wait? Why was it urgent to immediately do dishes straight away to hide cat's shame? I don't know. Like says he's milking his dent, so that's just fucking business as usual. There's nothing unusual about that whatsoever, you know, so there you go.
it all up, and it's light.
I'm not gonna let you lie. I know you're lying.
I can't stop laughing.
Please support the stream. Let's hit that next goal for a vest and a shot at 700. Let's get to 750 for the final goal to unlock the Grillo's pickle menu, and we're going to order it on this stream so I can actually eat dinner and do a DSP tries it.
Can you, so hold on, so is the theory that Phil pretended that Cat ruined dinner so he could try and squeeze more money from his audience? Guys, I need to eat. In order for me to fucking have sustenance, you guys need to give me so much money. Like, I need another $300 so I can order this $50 meal from Sonic. What? Oh my god, he was actually... He actually used it as a crutch to fucking beg. You know, he's begging for more money just to reach goal 50 in order to... Fuck me, man. God almighty, this is incredible. And Sonic says, spoiler, I got over 7 goals that day. $305 from free PDFs, so for God's sake. Yeah, like I said, that Friday was successful for Phil because he made over $1,000. And yet he's been off for 3 days in a row now. So I wonder if he's, I wonder how desperate he's getting for money since he's fucking taking 3 days off technically.
Let's go. All right.
Will we get any more support? Will we get some final support from
Fucking
Kick tonight?
flashbangs.
From Kick, I'm not even kidding you. We got less than $100 of support from Kick all day. And I've been streaming all day for you guys. You guys, nothing. Just literally your future stepdad and like 1 sub from each other person.
It's a good job that people on Kick give Phil money simply by being there. The more people watch him on Kick, the more money he gets from their viewership. He has reminded them this on a regular basis, so they don't actually need to do anything in order for Phil to make money off them. Them being there is support enough on Kick. But it's not enough for Phil because he's a dick.
That it? That's all I'm going to get from Kick today. Wow. That's pretty ridiculous. Okay. Disgusting beggar. If you guys like today, let me know. When we do this again, if we do this again next year into Vestins Day, all right, we don't have to just do a closet clean out. In fact, it's mostly clean now. So we could do more of that, but then we could actually like do other stuff, like maybe, you know, react to some content, play some games, do some fun stuff. I know we didn't get to that today because, man, I really needed to clean out this dang closet, which we did. So thankfully, most of the junk is gone now, right? But thank you all. And maybe next year we do it again, right? All this stuff is going into retirement, but we'll come back when we need it.
I'm not here tomorrow. I'm not here Sunday. I want to remind you all, I'm not here for the next 2 days. I come back on Monday, hopefully refreshed and renewed, for Death Stranding 2 on the first stream and American Truck Simulator on the late shift.
$100 for Hogan's. And I immediately jump into WWE Champions and I just start pulling for Hogan's. I can do whatever I want. I'll pull 5,000 Hogan's tonight and bankrupt myself if I want. That's my business, nobody else's. There's still this back here. And it's still in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, and it's always telling me. It's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it.
I actually resisted the temptation to say it that time. Like, I wanted to say it, but I kind of forced myself not to, you know what I mean? It's so iconic. It's such an iconic fucking quote. You know, it's fucking, there's nothing. Ah, it's so good. As Phil said it, as Phil said anything since, you know, being away, by the way. I want to kind of fresh tweet. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything from Phil. Due to unforeseen circumstances, so no, there's no fresh tweet from Phil here. He's not responded to anyone either. Nothing new there. Okay. Oh, Sea Otter has typed something. A reminder: if all this drama is just an internet outage and he rats with it, he pays a fortune for 2 crappy internet connections from the same provider. Judging from listings on our condo and its development, mobile providers are available with better speeds. Phil's on. It's the most stupidest fucking thing ever. Because in Phil's mind, he's operating a business from his home, and so he thinks he should get business class internet to operate it, essentially, you know. Now, I'm going to assume that the business class internet is a tax write-off because it's for his business, but he is massively hindering himself, I believe, because the upload speed, I think, is not very good. I mean, I might be wrong here. I'm pretty sure Prophet told me the specs before of what Phil's internet speeds were from his business line, and while I get some decent download speeds, the upload speeds I think is like 10 megabytes or something. So he could very easily get a lot better internet connections with just a normal, like, it doesn't need to go, business class is not needed. Like, he's got it literally just, you know, so he can maybe have a tax write-off or whatever, you know. Like, that's the sole reason he has it, to try and save. I don't know, but yeah, that's the same. But any time Phil complains and whines and lies about lag in games, just remember that his business class internet has like something like 10 megabyte upload speed, and Phil is streaming and live recording and playing multiplayer online at the same time, all with 10 megabytes upload speed. It's not the best connection, is it, really? It's definitely better. I mean, I think it's a 10 megabit upload speed that he's on for the business class thing. So, yeah. Because that internet is designed for literally small businesses that don't fucking have to rely massively on, like, fucking, you know, decent download speed, aye, but it's internet's meant to be shared within a fucking office environment, I think. A small office environment. But Phil's like, no, I'm burning enterprises, I'm a business, please give me your finest business class internet, I'll pay more for it. It's the stupidest fucking thing, you know. But there you go. Fuck it. So yeah, there's nothing new from Phil whatsoever. You know, a couple of same more theories or whatever about Phil, but yeah. Hold on. The Comcast trolls at it again. It says cadet or Jesus Christ, man. The Comcast troll. Yeah. Mepper says he said he got business internet back then because they didn't have data caps or throttling, also had 24-hour support. There you go. I mean, here's another one here. This is Sea Otter responded to Blind Polecat from earlier on. Blind Polecat series at Cat's not very well at all. Otter responded, well, it's more than possible you could be right. I honestly find it hard to believe he wouldn't be milking it for as much as he could. Not sure if that makes me a bad Otter or not. Give me money now. Me and money needing a lot now. Of course, like fucking Jade wrote that. Happy birthday, Jade. Guys, we have a couple more videos to go through. Okay, a couple more videos for us to enjoy. I've not seen any of these actually. A couple of videos are Kino. So we have 2 Kino videos courtesy of the streams. You know, the first one is the destroy DSP for selling out his morals and life for a couple of bucks. The one afterwards is they mock DSP for crying over Pork Chop the Bird, main character syndrome. And after that, we got a couple of videos from Expandong. Josh sees a raw decree from a disembodied dark side Phil. That's from, like, you know, late June. And then Josh and Dark Side Phil, Sonic Pickle Burger Problem. That's actually a shorter one, but yeah. So we got 4 more videos to go through, and then And then we could try and do a bingo, a 3x3 bingo based on an old stream from Phil, but we'll come to that when we get there, but we'll come back to that later. First of all, let's enjoy the Kino guys destroying DSP for selling out his morals. I've not seen this yet, I'm kind of curious to see what it'll be like.
Caught up on Dark Side Phil. So we have a collection of 12 clips here.
Wow.
That are some of the best moments of Phil. So here we have our first clip. We're checking and we're seeing how he's doing.
I mean, fair play to Trouble. I'm not massively warm. You know, Kino, I'm not. You know, I don't really follow Kino too much. Fair play to fucking Ashton for fucking going the full effort and like trying to fucking dress up for the occasion. Like bizarre, but it's a bold attempt to be in Lady Liberty. You know, just because he's got a fucking chest fit doesn't mean he should have, you know, maybe went for that particular costume. But fair play to him for, you know, really going the full, you know, going all out for it, you know, especially with the fucking inflatable fucking crown he's got there.
This first clip here of Phil is just him seething about me. He's just not happy. The moment we went on vacation, Phil just kept seething about us. Like, he would continuously keep bringing us up because he knew that we weren't able to respond. And he attempted to completely revise history and re-explain the King Snake narrative to make himself sound cool. But here he is here. I'm going to be real. This clip, Phil makes me sound so fucking cool and himself sounds so pathetic. I have no idea what he was thinking with this other than just like bitter jealousy and seethe. Let's have a look.
Okay. Oh, wait. Jade Rasumin for a sub. Thank you so much. And Dumb Stream
Viewer for 2 subs.
Thank you so much.
Look at him. By the way, just look at how miserable he is. Like, zoom into his eyes. Like, those are the eyes of a guy who's under a lot of strain, who's just totally miserable, hates his life, hates everything going on that he's doing. And he eventually just snaps and lashes out. And as we'll see, he's under so much strain, eventually he just can't take it anymore and he breaks down and cries. And I have my own theory as to why he broke down and cried about the bird, but we'll get there.
Oh, wait a second. Speaking of inflatable crowns, so wait, Phil threw out the inflatable. I thought Phil already threw out the inflatable fucking crown. DSP threw it in the bin on Friday. I clipped it. You clipped it. Where is it? Where is the clip? Where is the clip? I guess I missed a clip. I demand the clip. I need to see this. Oh my god. Phil has finally thrown out the fucking inflatable fucking crown. I mean, as I said, that as soon as it fucking got a puncture and Phil couldn't be arsed to blow up on a regular basis because it wouldn't stay inflated. You knew his fucking time was up from that point onwards. You know? Hang on, here's Sonny's clip.
Sadly, this one we have to play the horn. Bum, bum, bum,
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
Bum, 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 bum. It's dead.
Shut up, bitch!
This is an inflatable crown that I bought years ago, and it doesn't really work anymore. It doesn't inflate. I tried it. It won't hold air anymore. Like, it must have a small hole somewhere. It's really bad. So
why has it got a small hole? Did you try and fuck it one time or something?
this one's trash. This is gonna get thrown out.
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
No. Oh well. Yes, wait. We've still got our own fucking inflatable fucking crowns on stream. The members will always have their fucking inflatable fucking crowns, even if Phil fucking doesn't anymore. Ah, jeez, that was so sad. It's gone.
Fucking inflatable fucking crown.
Gone but not forgotten. Thank you for sharing that and clipping that. Very good indeed. But yes, oh balls. At least Phil's fucking inflatable fucking crown is in a better place. Outside of his fucking closet. Because anywhere is better than being fucking left in there to be forgotten and discarded.
Once we get there. Let's have a look here, though, at this clip of Phil seething about me and the casino.
All right. Here we go.
It was just hilarious. You could tell that they just like constantly quote this guy. Like they're just fucking infatuated with it. They watch every they listen to every quote about me.
He goes, they're infatuated with him. They quote him endlessly. They watch every stream. Thanks, Phil. You're making me sound real cool, bud. Oh man, he's so mad.
But
by the way, you know, that's exactly the thing, Phil. You know who else does that? You!
Yeah.
You took Felted, you fucking ran it into the ground. All of my mannerisms, the way I ask for support, you copy it so badly. And
the celebration for hitting a fucking goal, stolen from Kino as well.
No, I have to clip it. You know, today, Phil finally admitted that he's not me. He admitted that he can't do what I do.
No!
It's just a really sad moment for Phil.
Wow, what a sad day for him.
He was seething, and he tried to do it in this backhanded way where he's like, oh, he goes, da, da, da. But, you know, it was just him admitting that he ain't me. He ain't him. You ain't him, Phil.
Capital J says he talked about us 10 times tonight.
Oh, it was crazy. And that was just what I was able to see in the few minutes I was able to tune into him.
Damn.
I don't even know what BPP says about me because I don't watch their show and I don't listen to detractor content.
Yeah,
but
I bet. Sure, Jan, sure. We all know that you're obsessed with the detractors and everything that they say because your content revolves around them and seething about them. There's not a day that goes by where Phil's not seething about the detractor. It just doesn't happen.
That's pretty much true. Like, you could argue Phil's content kind of exists, you know, at least the non-gameplay content Phil has these days kind of exists due to us. Like, Phil wouldn't be, you know, Phil's had to fucking cut back on some of the podcasts he's got because he's running out of fucking things to fucking talk about. But part of his fucking content every single day is usually involving ranting and raving about fucking detractors and what they're saying and doing. Even though he doesn't pay attention to them. Never mind Phil fucking saying that detractors fucking don't have any content when Phil fucking takes time off. If we don't talk about him, he's got nothing to fucking complain about on his shit.
Stream, he's seething about detractors, whether it be Duty or me or what's his name? It's a Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
He's always seething.
Always.
I have to know because they come in and they repeat it every day.
And you think I'm gonna make them stop? He goes, and I have to know because PPP's fans come in and make fun of me every day. And I really wish they would stop doing it. They're not going to stop doing that, Phil. I don't know what to tell you.
Did you see, today, he was contemplating throwing out the RTU's last chip.
Yeah, and he tried to beg for $500 for it.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe you're like a loser. You're just repeating this guy all day, every day. Like, grow up. Like,
that's you!
The guy's a fucking
That's you, Phil!
No one gives a shit about what he has to fucking say about me, that's for sure.
No, the thing is, Phil, obvious, but Phil, you just contradicted yourself because all of those people who are coming to tell you the things that I said obviously do care about the things I'm saying about you, or they wouldn't be coming to your chat to tell you about it.
Exactly.
Oh, man. And the lack of self-awareness with him is so funny every single time, man.
Our views also beg to differ.
Yes.
Sir. Like, you know.
Sure, I don't. I mean, if you want to talk about it, go for it. Go talk about it somewhere else. You don't have to talk about it here. You worship the guy like a fucking god or something, the way you just every word he says.
That's what you do, though! Oh my god, man. They worship him like a god. It's not fair. Why won't they worship me like a god? Okay, so this was insane. Now, I've clipped this down substantially.
Okay.
Because what Phil does is he goes on an hour-long rant about dark side dabbing, interspliced with seething about us. So Phil talks about how his stream isn't about drama and it's really chill, while relitigating.
Oh god, I remember this clip. I remember this fucking clip. Jesus Christ.
A drama about a mod from months ago.
Okay.
So dark side dabbing. By the way, like it's not going to take me an hour to explain this, like it takes Phil. Dark side dabbing was a mod in Phil's chat, and when our audience went over and started making fun of Phil, dark side dabbing didn't ban them. So Phil took away his wrench and seethed at him, okay? That's what happened.
Okay.
Now, that took Phil, in real time, over a half hour to spit out.
Oh, my God.
It was insane. But then he goes into this insane, like, revision of the entire arc where he was brilliant and knew the whole time what was going on. But everything that he says contradicts the things that he said in the past in the King Snake stream. Let's just have a look here.
Okay.
Let's go through this.
As you all know, last year, I did a big crossover thing with the Kino Casino. We went on each other's content several times. We did some crossover gameplay a couple of times. We talked about each other on each side in a very positive manner. Now, overall, We all kind of knew what was really going on. I don't think that either side actually...
No, Phil! You had no idea what was going on, Phil. You had no clue what was going on the entire time. Like, you were actually clueless. And you told the audience...
You see, the thing is, though, I'm not actually sure I believe that completely, you know? I mean, I know Phil's a gullible bastard, but I don't think he's that dense. You know? Like, he's... Like, especially towards the end. Especially towards the fucking end. And it's becoming more and more obvious. It's, you know, the Stephen Campion thing as well. There's no fucking way Phil didn't think to himself, hang on a second. There's no fucking way. You know? So yeah, I'm not sure I fully agree with the Kino guys there by saying they think Phil had no clue. I'm pretty sure Phil had several inklings, at the very fucking least, you know?
It's over and over. They'll never snake me. They'll never snake me. I'm pretty sure there's a 26-minute compilation by Ludwig World Order.
Yes.
Where over and over.
Yeah. And yeah, I was actually thinking of, like, you know, we can watch that another time if you want, but Ludwig made a compilation, a 26-minute long compilation of Phil telling his audience adamantly, you know, in a strong way, everything. I'm not going to get sniped by Kino. He told him over and over again. His audience kept telling him, reassuring him. A 26-minute long compilation.
Over again, you explained to the audience that we're your friends, we love you, you know, we'll never snake you. Phil, you had no idea what the fuck was going on. Like, zero clue the entire time.
Actually really liked the other side that much, okay? But now...
No, Phil, Phil, stop. Phil trying to say that he never liked us. When Darkside Phil would come to this chat, and everybody here present knows this, and every detractor knows this, Phil would come to our show every single night and hang out in chat for hours, like the most deranged, sycophantical fanboy you've ever seen, who was so desperate for just any attention or any crumb of clout from our table that he debased himself constantly. He was a butt of the joke. I made fun of him constantly. So did you. Mm-hmm. He took it like a little bitch because he loved us and he worshipped us and he wanted to have sex with you. And he would like flirt with you and talk about your washboard abs. Then he would take on
Gaming Soulmate, remember? You know, Andy says Gaming Soulmate.
On his stream, all of our catchphrases, all of our mannerisms. This guy watched us for probably 12 hours a week, every week, for months. And he's going to pretend like he never liked us, when in fact, also, he was the one that reached out and asked to be on our show. And then also, after the fact, like during the whole arc, was constantly begging like a little bitch to be a part of the show all the time, even when we didn't even want the motherfucker around. He was so needy.
Please make fun of me.
Desperate.
You can make fun of me if you want.
Remember, he begged us at certain points. He begged us to make fun of him eating and him eating corn the wrong way. He begged us to bring.
The video is 45 minutes, and I think you were like, "What part do you want us to watch?" Because we were wrapping up, we were at the end, and we're like,
Well, he would just come in and he would make everything about himself, like he does all the time. And if anybody did that to him, he would fucking seethe, right? But he believes that he's like a special person because of his narcissism, right? Like the guy actually genuinely begged me. If you read these DMs, he begged me to bring him on, and me and Andy just rip into him and tell him like what a loser he is to his face and shit all over him. That's how desperate he was to be included and feel like he was in on something and have friends. It was fucking pathetic, okay? He was a spineless fucking worm, to where it was like with Old Yeller, as I said, where you're throwing rocks like, go away, we don't want you, fuck off. Like, I'm making fun of your wife, I'm calling her fat and disgusting, I'm calling you gay, I'm calling you a scammer, a con artist, a liar, and he would just take it all. And thank you, sir, give me more. And Darkside Phil, throughout this entire arc, every single principle that he ever claimed to have, he wasn't about drama. He was a chill guy. He would never debase himself and be a lol cow and be a clown. He sold out all of those things down the river, became a drama monger, became, full of hate.
This is not just fucking tied to, obviously, the React content, not shit and drama content. Everything that Phil was fucking mocked and belittled about gaming content creators over several, 10 plus years, everything he's fucking ridiculed them for, he has adopted himself. You know? Phil used to fucking mock and belittle and, you know, people and get, you know, get content creators that had RGBs in the background. Look at all that distracting, flashing lights in the background or whatever, how ridiculous is that or whatever. He would mock them condescendingly, saying that fucking his setup is fucking far more mature, far more professional, because it's not got some, you know, distraction. Oh, none of these kiddie lights are flashing about, you know, they fucking entertain their fucking children, whatever. Look at him now, he's obsessed with RGBs. Phil went from fucking complaining about other content creators having that sort of thing to fucking adopting it himself and embracing it and becoming the RGB overlord. This fucking machine, my headset, you know, my keyboard has RGBs, the background has RGBs, my headset has RGBs, my mouse has RGBs, my steering wheel has RGBs. It's just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, Phil done a politics channel. Obviously, the politics channel couldn't have fucking happened without the Kino's influence, because obviously everyone loved him again because the Kino gave him a chance, and so Phil's like, great, I can try and make bank from my base political content. And nobody cared. Nobody fucking cared. Because Phil's political content was pretty fucking boring, to be honest. Phil avoided the really pressing, important political points, and instead kind of hyper-focused on some of his kind of, well, the more mundane, safer kind of topics, whatever, you know. He was more localised, I guess, with some of his political takes, you know. I was like, oh, food bank. I mean, I'm still pissed off with his food bank rant. Yeah. Phil had a bizarre, horrible take on food banks, which was just, I just fucking rubbing it the fucking wrong way. But yeah, I should have fucking made a video about that fucking way back. Yeah, I just fucking rant and rave about it. But Phil has, for over 10 plus years now, the very things that he has mocked and condescended about other content creators and live streamers, he's adopted himself and embraced himself. The very things that he fucking mocked and ridiculed and claimed he was above, not only has he fucking embraced, but he now relies on himself. It just shows the fucking hypocrisy of the fucking person. To fucking he pretends to fucking be above such things, and then not only does he fucking embrace it, but he needs it and relies on it.
Or whatever the fuck you want to call it. He became a circus clown for my amusement, getting on the floor, doing push-ups, showing his underwear when I commanded him, showing his socks and his feet like he was some sort of OnlyFans girl. Like, it was...
I'm making Kino dance.
Meth Bear tipped £5. Phil's job was to be in that chat, blowing a dick daily. They stomped him, he kept coming back,
yep.
They sealed up all their cracks. Why? Because he kept smelling the syrup. Phil's life is nothing, he serves zero purpose.
I mean, that's quite the... It's quite the scathing statement, Meth Bear, to be honest. I mean, what undeniable is some people who obviously fucking care about Phil being there. Your Jades and all that, you know, for example. You know, they fucking unironically like Phil, you know what I mean? Which is just, that's just bizarre, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Phil's life, like, Phil's life is nothing, essentially, though. Like, you look at Phil's mundane life, this is the life that he claims that we're all jealous of. No honeymoon, no vacations, he's stuck, you know, in his room 6 days a week usually, fucking begging for money. And it doesn't matter how much he fucking begs, it's not enough because he fucking has a problem spending money as well and the most ridiculous fucking things. It's a life I wouldn't want on my worst... I wouldn't wish Phil's life on my worst enemy. And I'm certainly not envious of his fucking life because I look at his life and I look at my life and I'd rather have my life, you know? And most of you are probably the same. Most of you are probably thinking to yourself, oh, Phil, this is Phil's life, this is my life. And it puts things into perspective, you know? Your life is better than Phil's life, for the most part. I think all our lives, pretty much, are better than Phil's life, you know? Just for the most part. Does Phil get given a lot of fucking money? Absolutely. Does he do anything special with it? Absolutely fucking not. We make more use of the less money we have at our disposal than Phil does with the fucking thousands of fucking he has. You know, that's what I'm saying, like, we make it count. We make what we have count in our fucking lives. Phil doesn't, because he does not appreciate what he has in his fucking life. And I don't think he will ever learn to appreciate it until something major happens in his life to fucking change the way he has to live. Like, for example, if Kat left him and there was nobody to fucking replace her. Like fucking, you know, Liana was replaced by Kat. Will anyone replace Kat if she fucking leaves or dies? Who knows?
Showing his socks and his feet like he was some sort of OnlyFans girl. Like, it was embarrassing. And the guy would go bright red, and he would do it anyway. And he did it all for money and for clout and sold his soul to the house. And, you know, it's all for naught now. You know, he just gets felted fucking constantly.
In the end.
I know, yeah, Sideways Dutchman says money equals happiness. I mean, Phil seems to fucking imply. He implies on a regular fucking basis that money equals happiness. Phil has fucking told us audience time and time again that he'd fucking feel a lot better if he'll give him money. Like, oh, I'm having a bad night, guys. Support's been slow. It was a slow night. It'd be great if you guys could step up and contribute some and get close to the goal. He does it all the time. He implies that money equals happiness for him. If money fucking solved all of life's fucking problems, rich people wouldn't fucking die. And yet, rich people still fucking die to this fucking day. Money is not the fucking god, you know, also it helps. Money absolutely fucking helps with our fucking life, but it can also fucking be the road to ruin. It depends on how you fucking, you know, your intelligence and your fucking sensibility and how you handle having that fucking money. Like, how many times you fucking read stories about fucking millionaires? So, you know, so-and-so won the fucking lottery and they fucking went bankrupt in, like, you know, 5 years because they fucking blew it all on, like, drugs and, like, alcohol and prostitutes and whatever. There's been stories that happens quite regularly. When people go from having little money to lots of fucking money, they have no... They struggle to fucking understand how to handle that. You know? And so they fucking just go crazy as to fucking go, you know, aye. And that's an argument as well, Dajodan. Some would argue that you would rather live for the now rather than... You never know what the future's going to have and hold, so why not live for the now? You know? There's a fair logic to that argument. But Phil isn't doing that. Phil should be. You think the money Phil gets, he should be doing that, logically speaking. You know, it's fucking ridiculous amounts of money he's fucking getting, and yet he doesn't. And this is why we're not jealous of Phil, because we see the money he's getting, and yet we see what he's doing with it, and it's like, Phil, this is pathetic. Most of it goes towards this fucking ridiculous fucking thing, the Rally Champions, whatever, and then more DoorDash and more alcohol, then whatever fucking shit's going on. And also, there's definitely things happening behind the scenes with Cat, you know, or maybe not Cat. There's definitely more going on than we're aware of, you know? But the fact of the matter is that we have no reason whatsoever to be envious of Phil, because at the end of the fucking day, our lives have more, you know, purpose to them and more meaning to them than Phil's, because at least we're not fucking trapped doing what he has to do. Like, I can guarantee you, if Phil returns to streaming tomorrow, the first thing he's going to fucking say is that he's fucking behind on streams, and he's behind on making content and behind on making money, because he had 3 days off. I guarantee you, Phil's going to fucking, you know, make a big deal about being off for 3 days in a fucking row, and how he's fucking going short on money because of it. We'll have to wait and see what tomorrow brings if Phil returns tomorrow.
Yeah. So that's the reality. Yes. Like, Phil will try and tell you that he was dictating the shit and pulling the strings, but that was never the case.
Even RTU called them out on him. RTU was like, that's not true.
And he claimed it was all meaningful and stuff like this. I've got this guy showing his underwear. Like, is this meaningful content? Is this positive content? Like, I don't know, Phil.
Yeah.
Get a grip.
This was going down. I always knew from day one. I was not going.
Buddy, you were like, you had a meltdown.
Listen to this though. This all contradicts what he's saying here. Contradicts his King Snake stream. So if you remember on the King Snake stream, he said, "I planned from the beginning to find a misery merchant, to find a drama monger channel, and infiltrate it and destroy it from the inside." Like,
that is what Phil said on that stream. Yes,
that's what he says. Now, compare those statements to what he's saying here, and they both can't be true.
Yeah, exactly.
To be cool with Kino Casino. I didn't know if it was going to be me turning on them or them turning on me, or...
Listen! That's him admitting the King Snake stuff is untrue.
Yeah.
Because if the King Snake stuff was true, then you knew going in that you were going to turn on us and snake on us.
I'm going to call this now. Phil 100% regrets the King Snake stream. But, you know, he completely regrets it. I'm saying it now. There's no fucking way. Because he's attempted to retcon it dozens of times since then. But the internet doesn't forget, Phil. You know, it makes no sense whatsoever.
You got what you wanted out of it. But this is a revision of history, what you're saying now. This is crazy, Phil.
Why is he talking about this, first of all?
That's the thing. He claims that he's not about drama, but he keeps bringing us up over and over and over again. Well, it's because it hurt him. Because he thought, you've got a friend in me.
Yeah.
You've got a friend
Fuck you
in
and
me.
your friends.
BPP is my daddy. Yes, you got a friend in me. Like, that's what he really thought, right?
Wasn't gonna last. So I kind of knew I was working on bided time, but I wanted to make the best of it. All right, and I feel like I did. I feel like we did great content
you
for the
did.
2 months that we were doing shit together.
No, you didn't, Phil.
No, buddy.
No, it was pretty much all fucking garbage, and it was all your fault. You added nothing to anything.
We would
The
try.
It was like pulling teeth with the guy. The guy can't perform. He can't entertain. You know, he just can't.
Yeah.
And it's to the point where he's like below average. Like he's just terrible, man.
Yeah.
Like the guy just couldn't even follow our lead. Like it just should be easy. Just drop a dunk in here and there on Rich or Ralph. We're watching these clips. You have nothing to contribute. You're a sourpuss the entire time. Obviously miserable the entire time. Can't wait until you can clock out. You just have nothing to give. But you want to take. You want to take from our audience, take donations from us, but you don't want to give anything in return.
And this actually kind of might be because like, I've touched on this point before several times. I've questioned why Phil plays games like Minecraft. Minecraft also has a game that requires a lot of fucking imagination. Your imagination can fucking fuel the sort of things you can do in that fucking game. If you want to fucking build some bizarre fucking factory, redstone factory with all these machines going, you can do that. If you want to build something beautiful, you know, just something aesthetically pleasing, you can do that. If you want to fucking just beat up, you know, mobs and, you know, you can do that. You know, the game, you know, encourages your imagination to go wild. Phil lacks an imagination, but this doesn't just fucking stop at Minecraft. It's not just fucking gaming this affects. It also affects Phil as well, just being a functional human being in general. Like, he is not very... So Phil is awful at reacting in general. The fact that he's got a fucking channel called DSP Reacts is fucking hilarious because his fucking reactions are fucking pish. But in that situation where he's fucking with other people and he's meant to try and fucking react to things and he's basically fucking trying to play off what they're fucking saying and doing because he has nothing of value to add himself. Like, he's waiting to piggyback off their fucking reactions. So he can fucking, you know, jump in with a little jibe here and there as well. He offers nothing of value or substance to react content. Phil thinks that him fucking just, you know, like, his idea of reacting is essentially just saying what he saw on screen for those that can't see. Like, so a blind man still in the fucking audience or something like, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just, but so yeah, it's not just, I'll say, his limitations with his imagination doesn't just fucking stop him from fucking doing well in Minecraft, it fucking stops him doing well outside of like gaming in general and being social with other fucking people because he just fucking lacks the mental capacity to fucking use his imagination and function his brain in that fucking way to just fucking join in a simple conversation and react about things and together in a fucking social format.
Can you stay later? No.
No.
Why not? Why
it's
not?
just sad. It's just sad. Like, the guy's just not willing to put in the effort that is necessary to be anything other than what he is, which is a lowly punching bag bum for the rest of the internet to shit on. He's just unwilling to put in the effort to change or do anything different. And he's just unwilling to even be told what to do to be successful. If this motherfucker had given me even an iota of actual creative control over his program, I'm not saying I would have been able to actually save his career because that's impossible, but he could have done a lot better and got a lot more out of his arc than he got. Because I could have been able to get him to do some things that were actually entertaining and that people actually wanted to see. But every step of the way of me trying to drag this guy to being entertaining, he would fight it. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And the guy is just a narcissistical douchebag who's just unwilling to do anything outside of his comfort zone whatsoever.
And someone's saying here, he did make a grand sitting and begging today, but you have to remember, guys, when he does make money, he spends it all like that. He makes money, buys 2 Switches. Makes money, buys a steering wheel. Makes money, WWE champions. When he made that big dono, was it $2,000? Spent it. Remember, it was like down from the Raptors.
On WWE champions, it was gone by that weekend. This is a guy who's 43 years old who can't fix his toilet. Okay? This is a guy who doesn't have the money to fix his toilet or, you know, buy a new air conditioner or put in central air in his home. He has no savings. He has no investments. He's massively in debt. He lives, by the way, guys, he talks about being a homeowner and this and that. He owns the central unit in a condo. It's not even detached, folks.
Yeah.
It's not even detached.
Worked out fine. They've gotten what they wanted out of it, right? They've now done a million specials on me.
Yes.
They had guests. They made tons of money as a result. I got what I wanted out of it. I made a ton of money.
I lost everything.
No, because that's not actually what Phil really wanted out of the arc with us. Okay, it's not about money, because with Phil, he gets money and he always spends it, right? Yeah. What Phil really wanted, if you read the DMs between me and Phil, is he wanted to be respected again.
Credibility. Yeah, I was going to fucking say that. Phil wanted credibility. Like, it's just, yeah, like, Phil has been the whipping boy, the joke of the internet for a long time. He's not the only one. He's not the only person who gets mocked online. But the fact of the matter is, it happens to him on a daily fucking basis. And yeah, if for once in a long fucking time, the Kino guys weren't doing it anymore. And so, yeah, like, I've maintained this position from day one. Kino did what Keemstar wanted to do. Like, Kino succeeded where Keemstar failed. They managed to fucking do business with Phil Burnell. Keemstar fucking was desperate. Keemstar was fucking frothing at the fucking mouth, trying his best to fucking get Phil to play ball, and it just fucking wouldn't happen for him. You know, like he was, you know, he's fucking throwing contracts to his way. Here's $50,000 down. Phil's like, nah. But for whatever fucking reason, Kino were able to succeed where Keemstar failed. And managed to fucking do some business with Phil and fucking managed to fucking get him to do content with Phil and all that shit. Well, we'll see. How much was that worth over the fucking 8 months or so it went on? Was it? I think it was 8 months, wasn't it? Roughly 8 months or so the fucking Kino Casino arc lasted. You know, how much did both sides make out of that? You know, I mean, Phil made like fucking $40,000 extra dollars compared to the previous year. Something along those lines, like $40,000 to $50,000 more Phil had made compared to the previous year he was creating content. Which is why he's fucking buying, like, fucking, you know, getting new PCs or whatever. So some of that money, of course, went back into the business, which is fucking a bit fucking time, Phil. You know, I was long fucking overdue. But, aye. But Kino, though, the thing is, though, Kino have always been doing well for themselves. You know what I mean? Kino will always make some bank because, you know, it's just, for them, it's just a normal fucking day for them. Like, Phil was along for the fucking ride and he made some extra fucking money off their fucking cocktails for a fucking while. For Kino, they made bank anyway, and they'll keep making bank because Phil was not their be-all and end-all. Like, he's not the number one target, you know? Everyone's a fucking target for him, you know what I mean? And if fucking their audience, they have a large audience, they fucking enjoy what they fucking do. They're happy to fucking support the Kino guys and what they fucking do as well. You know? It's just... I know, but Phil doesn't understand that, I guess, you know what I mean? But if Phil got money out of it, that's all Phil cares about. Phil made some bank out of it, you know? Got to fucking pretend to people's friends a financial gain. Doesn't that make Phil look a fucking... That makes him look like a fucking wonderful human being, doesn't it? Imagine trying to brag that you fucking pretended to be friends with somebody and pretended your wife had a cancer scare in order to fucking fleece these individuals out of thousands of dollars of money. That makes you look like a fucking wonderful human being, Phil Burnell.
That's what he said. He's like, people used to care about the things I had to say, and now I'm just the internet's whipping boy, and I just want people to actually like me. That's what he wanted. That's why he was here. He was here for clout and acceptance and friendship. That's why he was with Kino Casino. The money is somewhat important to him as well and motivating to him as well. But what he was really desperate for was to be accepted and have a community of people who actually liked him. And that's why he jumped through all the hoops and suffered all the humiliation rituals, because that's what he was after in the end. And he didn't get that out of the arc. And now he's kind of permanently locked into this sad, pathetic whipping boy role where he plays the victim all day and cries. And he hates it. He's a miserable piece of shit.
Yeah, and Primat, I will do that. I was gonna message him for those DMs from what's his face from Pirate Software. Thank you, I appreciate you.
Actually doing much better now than I was before I ever worked with them. I mean, just take a look at my setup and everything, right? It was basically all a means to an end, and I think both sides have.
You have. By the way, he has like no gratitude for any of that shit. You know what I mean?
No.
The guy's just a total fucking scumbag through and through.
Yeah, like
come out on top.
But he said
And his-
we both
his
got what we
setup-
wanted.
That's actually a really fucking good point by Ashton there. Phil has no gratitude for it. You know, Phil expects gratitude from his audience that he finally spent money on his setup to upgrade. Like, Phil hasn't shown much gratitude, obviously, for fucking getting the money in the first place, to fucking spend the money to upgrade his fucking shit. No. He wants, so he's like, yeah, guys, I spent all this money. I've got a streaming PC, I've got a gaming PC, I've got all these RGBs. I did all this for you. So hint, motherfuckers, this shit costs money. The lack of gratitude from Phil is incredible, as always. But yeah, he expects it to be fucking given back to him, though. Like, he expects his audience to fucking give him thousands of dollars because Phil spent thousands of dollars on, you know, like fucking upgrading the shit to the modern age.
No, we didn't.
His setup, it's total revisionist history. Yeah, we both got what we wanted in the end. No, Phil.
Like, we got, like, yeah, like, he raised his goal permanently after us and now struggles to beat it and berates his audience, and he spent all the money that he did make during that arc, so now his taxes are rape.
Oh, yeah.
He's panicking.
Since then, so honestly, it's all good. I really don't give two shits. I know they'll continue to talk shit about me.
He does. That's the thing, is he claims he doesn't care, but then he'll seethe about us. Like, he seethed about us a bunch of times today. He's like, I really don't care, guys. It's all water under the bridge. No, it's not. You know, it's not all water under the bridge. That's why he's still blocked on Twitter, and, you know, he's fucking...
Still bitches.
Yeah, he still bitches constantly. So it's just nonsense by Phil. But this is him throwing shit at the wall and seeing what will stick.
Yeah.
With him, it's a million different narratives all the time that all contradict each other. But he's hoping that you'll buy into one of them and go, that kind of makes sense. Okay, I believe you. Even though he spewed a bunch of shit that completely contradicts it in his lies, you know?
It was within like the first week of the King Snake stream. He flip-flopped immediately, and now he's flipped up into a new narrative. It's like,
the King Snake stream is one of the most humiliating streams I've ever seen in my entire life.
So funny, bro.
Which he tried to memory hole and retcon it, but Phil, at the end of the day, it happened, and you got called out on your bullshit by Review Tech USA of all people.
Bring it up.
Deadbeat dickers, Dropbox dickers that we've been dumping on for like over a year now, came to our defense and fucking felted you on the whole thing and said, no, you're totally lying, you're full of shit, I don't believe you, this is nonsense. And then you had to boot him off the stream and cope. It was so fucking funny.
You know what's so funny? How Dickers, like, he felts him about us and then immediately starts talking about Phil's mic arm.
Yeah, I think it was, and it's like somehow he's just like unbelievable. It's like, no, you couldn't even set up the mic arm. You know, how could you possibly orchestrate this manipulative scheme to destroy the casino? You can't even set up a mic arm. I think that was his argument.
No, the argument was, you said you would never get a mic arm, and you did.
Oh my god.
Forever, as you know, I don't really
Maybe you're right. I don't know. I can't remember.
give a shit. I have a million other people who talk shit about me every day. They certainly won't be.
Jesus Christ, so there you go, that's a full clip. For a second I thought something broke. It's looking just doodied overly.
You're right.
When this shit went dark here,
I can't remember.
I was like, what the fuck happened there? I thought my fucking computer was fucking starting to fucking break. Nah, it's just like doodied overly, fucking didn't last the whole clip. Wee bastard is. So there we go. So that was the first part of Kino Casino Felton DSP or whatever. There's another clip here, not as long here, they mock DSP for crying over Pork Chop the Bird and talk about main character syndrome as well. Before we even watch that though, I kind of want to get back to Twitter just in case Phil's like, is there any updates from Phil? You know, what's going on here? Oh my god. That being said, where is Philip? Search on the way for missing Renton. This tweet was made on the 5th of July. This tweet was made on the 5th of July. And it's relevant right now. Yeah, I wrote a tweet today, exactly. ALT called it. Mystic ALT. Oh, for God's sake. Hold on, let's check Phil's Twitter just in case there's any fresh tweets and updates or whatever. So hold on a second. Hold on, Sonny's saying that Duty was posting these on his holiday. Duty's on vacation in Spain right now. And he's posting DSP videos. Jesus Christ. Like, man, I admire the effort, but just fucking enjoy the holiday. If you're on a holiday in Spain, put down the computer, put down the mouse, just and grab a fucking sangria or something, man. Enjoy. Jesus, man. Whatever, you know. I mean, I tell you what, when I'm in fucking Spain, I won't be anywhere near a fucking computer for a whole fucking week. Fuck that shit. No. I might post an occasional fucking tweet just to fucking share you guys how fucking great the holiday is or whatever. But no, I'm fucking... Oh, my bingo will be the last thing on my mind when I'm fucking away for that fucking week. I'll guarantee you that. Jesus Christ. But yeah, as you can see, Phil Burnell, still no updates from Phil. Nothing yet. But as I said, I think the tweet has served its purpose though. This tweet from Phil has served its purpose here. 73 comments. 122 likes, 12,000 views on a tweet. A lot more than usual, as you can see. Phil, being deliberately vague and obtuse or whatever, with what's going on, is invited and encouraged all this fucking theorising as to what the fuck's going on with that shit. Meth Bear said, I thought you Britishers were Greece and Cyprus and Georgia. Don't get me wrong, I've done Greece before. I went to Zante, I was on one of our vacations with Zante, fucking loved it. Done Kavos as well. What was Kavos? Is Kavos in Cyprus or Corfu? Which one's Kavos again? Is Kavos Corfu or is Kavos Cyprus? I always get confused with that one. Anyway, aye. But yeah, I like Spain. Obviously, Meth Bear. Behave yourself. I mean, there are parts of Spain which probably have more British people in it than fucking Spanish. You know? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Think of fucking, you know, places like fucking Benidorm, for example, you know what I mean? And Gibraltar as well. Shout out fucking Gibraltar. That's still technically British, isn't it? But anyway, fucking go. It's a controversial topic. But anyway, Phil, no sign of Phil yet. No update from Phil yet as well. But yeah, let's see Kino mocking DSP for crying over pork chop.
If I don't make content, they don't eat.
What? Clyde the Dog 88 for 5
subs.
Buddy, what, you don't think there's other people to make fun of? There's you know.
This is the thing. Like, there's guys like It's a Gundam do a wide variety of content.
That's actually a good point. I've seen a video posted by It's a Gundam the other day. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. Hold on. Don't worry, we're not going to watch it or anything. I mean, I don't want to detail too much. I just want to kind of point out. So yeah, hold on. So yeah, It's a Gundam's channel, okay? They posted this video here. Check math when $10,000 a month is considered no money. So yeah, they made, so and I remember this video was like a members only video, I think, like, you know, 3 days ago, and then it went live public 2 days ago, you know. So obviously it's not just obviously they rarely, like, their main focus, like, DSP don't know, like, he's not, like, Gundam doesn't pay much attention to DSP compared to other people. You know what I mean? Sure, he'll keep tabs on DSP now and again, you know. But as you can see from his videos, Phil doesn't feature in many of them whatsoever. He'll occasionally pop up now and again. His face will occasionally appear now and then, you know. But not often. It's not that often. As you can see, he's always creating content or sort of things as well. Whatever, you know, it's not. He's not just hyper focused on DSP. And as for DC Try, so Memology. How many people actually, not a lot of people realise this, but this channel is not Memology's main channel. This is Memology made a DSP channel to keep it separate from his real channel, his actual channel, his main channel. Now at first, Memology fucking done DSP content on his main channel as well, but then he found that he was doing so much DSP stuff because he couldn't help himself, obviously. DSP is such a fascinating person to fucking just clip and fucking make fun of. They made his own off-brand channel. Yeah, so it's just crazy. Like, so I said, if you actually look at his channel, his main channel is Memology 101. That is his actual main fucking channel. You know, this is his side channel. That's what I'm saying though. so Memology, I'll say for he'll sometimes have like, okay, sometimes that's a good example. Sometimes he'll make videos on Phil, and sometimes he'll just fucking not bother. The last week or so has been a good example of that. Look at the fucking days sometimes in between. So 2 weeks ago this video was 12 days, 9 days, 5 days. There's sometimes a gap of a few days between videos because sometimes Phil is not worth making a video on. But then again, this is a side channel hustle for Memology. And his main channel, of course, is just Memology 101. Which, hold on. So this, the side channel here, this one has like 35,000 almost, hold on. Memology 101, hold on. How many views does this have? How many subscribers? 552,000 subscribers. 552,000, you know, and look, videos on it regular. So many videos. So many videos about other individuals, and it's not Phil Burnell. So yeah, this is their main grind, this is their main hustle for Memology. And yet these are the ones that are quite successful in doing what they're doing. You know what I mean? They make, like, I love how for Memology and Gundam, making fun of Phil is a fun little distraction for them on the side. It's not their main bread and butter. They can turn, they make fun of Phil almost like it's like them taking a break from their main content to unwind, which is fucking incredible to me. You know, it's just, that is delightful to me. That they fucking use Phil as a way to like unwind from their main channel.
Phil for 3 years.
Come the fuck in and fuck the fuck off.
But thank you very much to GBRC-ESC-125 for popping your phone bingo behind my message. You need to get a fucking easier name to say. Anytime I say a fucking name, I think I'm going to fucking like, you know, have a stroke before I get to the fucking end. Just like, you know, just call you Gary or something. But yeah, thank you, GBRC-ESC-125 for popping your membership message. Very kind of you indeed.
But Phil's every detractor needs me in order to survive. No, they don't, Phil. The truth is, Phil needs the detractors to survive because they're the only people who actually care about him at all.
I mean, true. I mean, like, there's an argument to be made that the biggest Phil fans are people like you and me. Now, when I say fans, I don't mean, oh, we love Phil. Fan as in fanatic, as in we know Phil more than his audience do. Like, you know, we are more aware of what Phil has said and done in the past compared to Jade and, you know, Jack's reaction and all that shit, because we're more likely to fucking pay attention and listen to fucking some of the things he fucking says and does. You know, so there's an argument to be made there that we are kind of fans, or Phil's biggest fans to a certain degree, but it's not in the way that he would like, because we pay close attention. Of course, Phil would call that hyperfixating, you know.
This is a world with
and that's what he
iDubbbz
refuses to accept.
Says John Diaper. This is a world with iDubbbz in it. Okay, like when we make fun of iDubbbz, the views are just huge, massive. You're a side lolcow we like to bash. All right.
This is I was just saying this. I was just saying this about Memology and Gundam. Even with Kino, treat Phil like a fun little side hustle project to distract them from their main focus of food they're fucking paying attention to. I can't. Oh my! Even the Kino guys treat Phil the same way.
I don't think
that is incredible. Well, so yeah, we'll say all these bigger content creators don't give a shit. I'll say about Phil. You know what I mean? Most of they care to a certain degree, but he's not the be all and end all. So yeah, fucking hell, man.
I think he realizes too just how small his world and his like sector of the internet with the detractors actually is. Like, it's not like he really believes that the world revolves around him and that he's the most important person when he's truly irrelevant outside of the detractor community. And he has no real fan base himself. That's all that he has is the detractors. And then he tries, I want them to go away. If the detractors went away tomorrow, Darkside Phil inside 4 months would be evicted from his hell. Like, he would go broke. He would have to get a job. If there were no more detractors, that would be it for Phil. He'd be cooked.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about this. So, you know when you scroll through YouTube Shorts or something, you'll eventually come to like live streams, right? And it's like these random, it feels like it's AI, but it's not. But it's just weird, random live streams of weird people talking or playing games or like Asian people in Japan cooking. And I'm looking at their viewership, right?
She's
and
a
these
big
people
fucking
who are
bitch.
like literally you've never heard.
So thank you very much to oh my God. Thank you very much to GBRC-EFC-125 to £5 super chat, who says, "Where is Phil holding cat's ankles for dear life, trying to stop her from leaving? Sorry, but the name it's got meaning to me, really." Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I will keep saying it the way. If it's got special meaning to you, then I'll keep saying it that way then. It's just a bit of a mouthful for me, you know what I mean? But I don't. It's okay though. If it's special to you, it's special. Broside Phil wants me to butcher your name. Broside Phil wants me just to call you G-Burk. I'm not, no, I'm not going to do that. No. GBRC-ESC-125 has special meaning to their fucking names. I'm going to keep addressing them as GBRC-ESC-125 as long as they fucking find meaning to that name. If that's what they want to be addressed as, that's what I'll fucking address them as. I will address them by their proper title. You little bollocks.
Their viewership, right? And these people who are like literally you've never heard of them. I couldn't even like tell you their names if I like I can't remember it at all. And they got 400 or 500 viewers. And it got me thinking, I'm like, with Ralph, for example, like everyone in the sector thinks Ralph's like, oh, it's Ralph. You got 200 viewers. I'm looking at these like there's hundreds, unlimited live streams on YouTube right now. You can just scroll infinitely with 400, 500 viewers that are like double, triple, quadruple DSP or Ralph or any of these guys. It's like, but in his mind, he is the guy. But you're nothing. Yeah, YouTube live streams are fucking crazy. Yeah.
So I am.
Do we always dress like girls? No. It's America Day. I'm dressed like.
This is the statue of liberty, buddy.
And
the statue of liberty is male, buddy.
You don't always dress like this, but when we do.
I'm their dad. I'm their provider. I am literally the provider for every professional detractor out there. I'm the only reason that there's food on their table on any given day.
There is a cottage industry around wings.
Yeah.
Did he just say cottage industry? Is that similar to the cottage cheese knees that Phil has, or the cottage cheese behind the knees that Phil has in those calves of his?
Yeah. Cyrax, whatever the fuck his name is. Fuck it. There's like every.
Phil is not unique in this respect. That there's a bunch of channels that clip him and make money off of him. Okay?
Exactly.
But he pretends like he is.
To exist, so would they. I think I need to make this clear. I'm not a 5-year-old. I don't care about drama.
What?
On
He
Pickle,
goes,
great to get
remember he goes, I have to make this clear. I'm not a 5-year-old. Why do you have to make that clear? I mean,
Thank God Phil explained it wasn't 5 years old. I was so confused all his fucking time. Nice, he's only fucking 43 years old. There you go. GBRC-ESC-125 says I can say G. I'm not, that sounds too rude. I'm not going to call you a Berk. G-Berg, I ain't calling you a Berg. That's just, that's rude. That's, where I am, Berk is a mild insult. I'm not calling you a Berk. No, you're GBRC-ESC-125 and you're going to fucking, and as long as that name has been into you, that's how you're fucking being addressed as. There you go. Broside will be damned and his big beefy muscles.
he should be able to look at you and see that, but you know, you act like a 5-year-old, Phil. So, I don't know, I guess that's why you have to make it clear. And here he is. The whole time he's talking about, oh, there's no consequences for the casino, da-da-da-da. But here are the consequences. Listen to this.
But, and may I just say real quick on that, I don't care about drama. I'm not a 5-year-old. Most
that
of
whole
the
thing
most
was drama.
interesting shit, though, is drama. All reality shows are...
I got a second. Sorry for pausing again. GBRC-EFC-125 says, forgive Broside, he knows no why. He said, you mean to tell me that Broside Phil's been calling you a better call his time? And you've just been letting him, and because you're so scared by his big beefy muscles of doom, you know what I mean? You know, I can't correct him, he fucking bashed my brain in. Oh, he's been calling you a better this entire time. Broside Phil, for fuck's sake. Bro. Or should I say, bruh. For God's sake. Stop calling him a Berk, you Berk. You shall address him by his proper title, GBRC-ESC-125.
Based around drama, or most are. right? Like the best YouTube channels that are funny and the biggest amount of views are drama related usually.
The reason why Phil doesn't do drama is because he gets his shit pushed in because he's a dull-witted dullard with no charisma and no ability to research or put together an interesting argument or make fun of somebody. He's just a dull-witted dullard. He always loses.
Yeah.
So he's looking for an attack dog so that he can do drama. He wants to be able to do drama. He doesn't have an ethical problem with people getting made fun of or them feeling bad. He could care less about the consequences to other people. He just doesn't want there to be consequences to him. That's the reason he doesn't get involved in it, is because he's a coward, not because he's some sort of righteous arbiter of morality. And, you know, you can tell that because he brought Ralph on his stream to do drama about us.
That's a very good point as well. I completely forgot fucking Ralph was on Phil's stream at one point in time. It's not like it's saying, Jad, did you hear Boogie proposed recently? There's no fucking way. But there's no fucking way I'm going to fucking believe that Boogie got down on one fucking knee and managed to get himself back up without a fucking help of some assistance. There's no fucking way. You know, like, there's no fucking way. Did Boogie have the high ground so he could fucking propose or what? No, I don't know. Wait. So Boogie proposed. Is Boogie still going out with that big massive four-headed chick? Whatever the fuck her name was, you know, the one that fucking, you know, the one that had like a giant forehead that ALT would be fucking be envious of. You know, is it still her or is it someone else? I don't know. Yeah, I had no idea Boogie proposed, you know. I mean, fair enough. Like, if Boogie's happy and she's happy or whatever, and you know, I don't know. Like, end of the fucking day, if they're still together and they're happy together, then fair play. You know what I mean? I'm not going to fucking, if they're generally fucking like on each other's company and want to fucking make it work, then congratulations to them, you know what I mean? I'm not going to fucking shit on other people's happiness if they fucking like are happy together, you know? It's just, it baffles me how they, you know, how it's still going, personally, you know what I mean? But I guess, you know, if it works for them.
For fuck's sake.
Exactly.
And Ralph's like a revenge pornographer, fucking lowest of the low, wife beater, dirty piece of shit. And Phil worked with him. So
that was a great,
it's all just nonsense from Phil.
Yeah.
Subs tonight, we have had barely any subs this week. If you just take a look at the leaderboard,
there it is.
You'll see that this week has been incredibly slow for kick support. Don't know why.
And
Phil?
You know, and that entire rant was why, Phil, because you fucked up. You fucked up the opportunity with us. And everybody on Kick that supported you was our guys. That's why. Okay, so here we have, this is Phil finally completely breaking down. This is the facade cracking, the mask slipping, and Phil just completely breaks down into tears and cries because his bird in Minecraft has died. Look how sad.
Did Phil not even dig a hole, by the way, and pretend to fucking... It's just a sign. It's a random sign in the garden. Is all he did for it. He didn't even fucking dig a hole and put a bone in the fucking hole pretending it's a fucking bird. Nothing like that. Nehemiah. Again, this comes back to what I was saying about Phil. Even with shit like this, no imagination. Zero imagination. Zero creativity in his fucking soul. A sign will do.
Ideas.
Oh my. Bro. Okay.
This is a 43-year-old man playing Minecraft alone in his bedroom, crying because a digital bird has passed away. Now, surely that can't actually be what's going on here. What I think is going on here is that DSP, out of his pride and his ignorance and his stupidity, chose not to visit his dying mother because it would give the casino a W. Because it would be a confirmation that Phil was vulnerable with me, that he spilled his guts to me about his wife's situation, about his mom's situation. And so in that short window of time where Phil would be able to travel to visit his sick mother. Rather than confirm that the DMs were legitimate, Phil chose not to visit his dying mum. This,
if there's any truth in this whatsoever, then it's just that is something that Phil is going to have to live with until his dying day. Like, I don't know, like, obviously I've talked to you guys before about my own father passing away, you know what I mean? I've not been, well, I don't fucking bring up, it's not a common topic, you know what I mean? I've brought it up before, you know what I mean? Put it that way. Occasionally I've talked about it, you know what I mean? You know, but yeah, it's not a fucking daily subject or anything. But yeah, it's something that I think I touched upon it in the video I made as well. You know, a few years ago or a year ago. I almost never saw my father. The last day my father was alive in hospital, I wasn't originally going to go. I was, so because in my head I was thinking, like, I had just finished work, you know what I mean? I was pretty tired. Yeah, I mean, it was a Friday as well, you know what I mean? I was like thinking, great, work's over or whatever. And my mum called me, you know what I mean? And was wondering if I was going to go to hospital that night. And I was like, you know what, I'm kind of knackered from work. I think I'll just go up tomorrow instead. And I'll never forget, my mum, you know, she's at the hospital at the time anyway, you know, and I'll never forget what she said. She's like, you know, John, you know, because my name is fucking John, in case you remember. John, I don't think, you know, he's going to make it to tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, it's just like, hearing that, it's like, Jesus, man, like, yeah, so yeah, you can bet your ass if I can go to the hospital, like, fucking immediately. Like, fucking, I was like, oh, completely forgot about being tired, completely forgot about, you know, the fact that I just wanted to rest, whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah, that, yeah. But that's what I'm saying though, like, the fact that, you know, if you know your parents are very close to the end and you choose to actively not make an effort to be there for them. Obviously, I mean, I know not everyone has a fucking, you know, some people have good relationships with their parents, some have bad ones, you know, not every single person here will have, you know, a great relationship with a fucking parent, you know what I mean? So, but if you had that chance to fucking be there for them in the last hours, you know, and you choose not to go. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, like, because it's funny, I mean, also, it's not funny, like, my sister couldn't make it. Although my sister, you know, she struggles to, you know, you know, sometimes she just struggles to get out of bed, sometimes my sister, by the way, she has depression. My sister suffers generally from depression as an illness, so anytime you hear me rant about fucking depression, you know what I mean? You know, I don't know, I don't know what it's like myself properly, but I've seen her go through it. I've seen what it's done to her. I've seen how it's fucking afflicted her life, and how she can't even fucking bear to even fucking move out of bed sometimes because of, you know, so anything Phil fucking goes on about fucking depression, it just fucking definitely gets me. And my sister, I know, she hates the fact that she wasn't there. Like, she wanted to be there, but she just couldn't fucking do it. You know what I mean? She really wanted to fucking be, but yeah. But yeah, that was more like, that wasn't exactly a choice, you know what I mean, for her. It was more like, just like her body, like, you know, kind of stopped her from fucking doing it just because of what she was going through, you know what I mean? But she still hated the fact that she couldn't be there, you know? I know. And I do apologise, by the way, for bringing the tone down, you know what I mean? I'm apologise for like fucking, you know, making it a sad sack kind of show, you know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying though, if you have the choice to fucking be there for your parents, you know what I mean, and you choose not to fucking go, especially if you know it's a fucking suck on the drain effectively. I can't imagine. I don't know what it would do to me personally. And Navy Vicfly says, I take meds for depression. I can tell you they don't always work for me. Exactly. They are a helpful tool to help you get on for the day sometimes. But as I said, sometimes it doesn't always work. It's like, yeah, it's just, my sister's the same to us, you know, some days she'll have good days and some days she'll have bad days. Some days she'll have days where she's like able to fucking do it, you know, and just go and tackle the world, and some days she'll be like, well, I'm not going fucking anywhere today, the world sucked today. It's just the way it is. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to let Kino finish a point or try to make here, but yeah, as I said though, sorry for bringing down the fucking mood, you know what I'm saying, but yeah, let's see what Kino got to say about Phil. And also, they'll be more a bit aware. They'll have more insight about Phil and his fucking parents, because Phil used his parents' health as a tool in his conversations with the Kino guys. For not wanting to do certain things or whatever, or making excuses about things, he would use things like his parents or his wife and their health to get to a fucking commitment to doing things. Which is why they're a bit more privy to sort of things. These are things that Phil hasn't talked about on stream much, but he was happy to talk about it with Kino guys as a way to fucking make excuses to not do things.
Were legitimate. Phil chose not to visit his dying mom. This was a mom, by the way, that was a helicopter parent for him, enabled all of his bad behavior. This is a mother that combed his hair for him every morning until he was 17 years old.
True.
Okay? And she's dying. And he's not going to visit her before she died over some petty beef on the internet with a 400-pound man dressed as the Statue of Liberty. And I think here he is as he's putting together this gravestone and he's thinking about death.
So, if I'm right, and so the Kino guys are of the assumption that Linda's passed. And has passed now for a while. So they believe that Linda's already passed on. I'm not sure if I believe that. I don't know if I buy into that.
I think that's why he cried. It might just be that he's fucking actually just insane and feels emotion for a dead bird in a video game. It could be that maybe he does have a bird in real life, because he told me about all these animals that he has, and that his bird might have died, and this was like that, because he gets emotional about his animal, whatever the fuck. Could be, but I tend to think that it might actually be him feeling like sad about his mom and how he's not going to visit her because he would take an L in an internet beef.
Not going to visit her. Okay, so maybe I thought for a second that Kino were trying to imply she's already fucking gone. It seems like they're instead implying that she's not doing very well, but Phil's not planning to go see her just to fucking spite Ashton and the Kino.
Yep. When you neglect your elderly parents to own the A-logs, folks. Thanks, God, a gamer.
Hang on. I need to do something here just to kind of lighten the mood.
Thanks, God, a gamer.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. There we go. Sorry, I'm immature as all hell, I know. But yeah. Phil's beloved cock lies right there. Okay, anyway, fuck it. Let's get back to business.
Look at that!
Poor pork chop! It's not even a real bird. Okay.
When you come and she keeps sucking.
It's not even a real bird. Okay.
What was going on? He's like gargling? Like, what the fuck was that? When it's May 1st. Let's get 10 subs for the Phil sticker. Let's get 10 subs for the Phils.
Is this AI? No, it's not.
No, this is real, man. Like, he's actually getting emotional over this bird dying in Minecraft. And I think it has to be transference of feelings about something in real life. But this guy, like, as much as he tries to pretend like he's winning, he's happy, he's miserable. And the stress of the disaster that is his personal life and all of his failings, it comes crashing down on him, and eventually he breaks. It's tough.
It's been a rough day. Okay. Let's see.
Those are real tears.
Yeah.
Well, when we make the treehouse, we can call it Troll's Bank. But I need to kill some more skeletons at night to get more bones so that we can make more bone meal, so that then we can make the second tree grow. So, okay.
Fuck.
By the way, yeah, his rough day.
Shit.
By the way, his rough day that apparently led to this breakdown over a digital bird dying was that he couldn't get GTA 4 mods to work, and he was unable to order the pickle meal that he wanted on DoorDash.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, and I think the day stream also didn't hit the goal. Because I think this Minecraft stream was a night stream. So yeah, it was a triple whammy, you know, GTA 4 mods didn't work. The pickle meal wasn't in the menu yet, and he didn't hit the goals anyway to fucking order the fucking thing, but it wasn't in the menu yet, so he couldn't order it straight away. He's going to fall behind other content, you know, fast food reactors or whatever. And the day stream didn't hit the 150 goal, so Phil was feeling all sad.
Stop.
I'm not kidding.
That's fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, he's wiping actual tears.
Actually, yeah, I know he was actually crying, for real. Wait.
What to do now? Because we have to wait till night to fight skeletons.
He's having a tough time,
we can breed.
Okay, is it a sticker? Where's the 10 subs for this to be a sticker? If not, it's all right. We have a lot of Phil.
We got a billion.
Oh man.
There we go. That was a Kino guys enjoying Phil's tears. So there we go. Actually, I'm not going to bore us on bingo because we're going to watch this video here. It's only 3 minutes long. This next one's 8 minutes long as well. And that'll be, you know, by the time we finish with that, you know what I mean, it's kind of normal time, roughly, the bingo will be finished anyway. There is no time, even for a 3x3 bingo card, for this old. I was going to use Phil's impromptu waiting on Twitch hangout / retrospective stream. But fucking I was there. If we had time for bingo, I was like fucking going to do something like that, you know, let you know if it would work too well for bingo because it's an old fucking stream from, you know, July. Jesus Christ, that's actually almost exactly 5 years old. Person mentioned Neil Druckmann. What a surprise. Phil's hatred of Neil Druckmann grows more and more. Of course, Phil Burnell would have mentioned Neil Druckmann back in 2020 as well. Jesus Christ. Why does Phil Burnell hate Neil Druckmann so much? It's bizarre. But yeah, okay. We'll watch these couple of videos and then we'll just we'll call it quits and I guess we'll see if bingo's happening tomorrow or not. I do apologize, obviously. But you know, I don't want to just have no stream. You know what I mean? People obviously, I know people look forward to the bingo streams, you know, and I had it planned and lined up and everything else, and the fact of the matter is that Phil fucked off and didn't bother his arse. So it's like, well, what do we do now? And I thought, well, just fucking just... Some people are up for a night off, which I think this counts as a night off. There's no bingo to worry about, we're just fucking shooting the shit. You know, we're just chilling, we're watching other people make fun of Phil Burnell. And this clip here, for example, is a good example of that. This is Mad at Internet. Josh receives a royal decree from a disembodied dark side Phil. This is actually from June the 27th.
Hello, Expand Dog. How you doing, dude?
I am being told we have a breaking. We have a statement from our dear leader. He wishes to speak directly to you now through the uppercase I internet chat. Let's see what he has to say.
I don't have to do anything. The things you're begging, I can ask for contributions whenever I want on my own stream, and I can conduct myself however I want, and you'll like it. Too bad. That's my prerogative, and you have no right to try to boss me around and tell me what to do, because you're not my dad, and you're not my boss. I'm my boss. Get it, Chief? Okay. How about wasteful spending? I can spend my money however I want. Right now, I could literally blow thousands of dollars on nothing, and you'll like it, because it's my money. It's not your business. Deal with it, Chief. All right, diet, I can eat whatever the fuck I want.
Me too.
Because it's my life, not yours. Therefore, deal with it. I can shove delicious Takis-encrusted chicken sandwiches into my mouth on stream, and you'll watch it, and you'll like it. Get it, Chief? You don't get to boss me around because I'm nobody's bitch. I don't know where you thought this was coming from, that this is going to go well for you. It's not. I can do and say whatever I please, and people will watch it and like it and support it, and you will still be sitting there miserable because you were sitting and watching clips on X.
So true, King. So relatable. Such a relatable, down-to-earth guy when you really think about it. So that was a clip of, I mentioned last stream that DSP was begging harder than ever. And so he's been getting some shit for that in his chat. And that was his response to a person who was calling him out for it. And I kind of want to shout the guy. Apparently this guy, when he does these, I don't know if this came from a tweet or if this guy actually, I'm going to give him a stick.
As far as I'm aware, this is Du Blanc Deville on X, as far as I'm aware. Now, I'm not sure if this guy is Du Blanc Deville as well on Kiwi Farms, or if it's just someone different, you know? But as far as I'm aware, Du Blanc Deville is responsible for these green screen style things. So yeah. Hold on a second here. So first of all, let's try and find Du Blanc Deville. He's a... How do I find him? How do I find him? Am I spelling it right? Yeah, there we go. I got it if I can spell right. So yeah, he, as far as I'm aware, is responsible for the kind of green screen stuff. Yeah. At least I believe he is, you know. I assume he is. You know. There you go. So this is a very clip here that you know Josh was listening to here.
Ask for contributions whenever I want.
Yeah, it's the same fucking thing. So that was that one right there. So yeah. So yeah, so Du Blanc Deville, as far as I'm aware, makes that green screen stuff, and whether the Great White North is the same guy or not, I don't know, on Kiwi Farms. But yeah, that's as far as I'm aware, it's Du Blanc Deville's creation, if that makes sense.
Just in case if he made this, because I think his idea is that to make this fair use, he green screens it, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want with it, and it's very funny. I like it a lot. So that's DSB. He's very angry. He should try he should try smiling more. You know what I mean? I wish I could do that with other locales. Imagine if, like, I don't know, if Chris Chan could just project himself like as a talking head, like from The Wizard of Oz, onto my stream. That would improve the stream, I think. That would actually elevate things. You could, I have to, dude, that's how you do it. That's how I do the super chat system if I ever rework it. Back in the day when we had that Russian dono chat thing, I had a soundbite for $100 donations that were from Keffels. And it was Keffels saying, "Thanks for the money, I'm going to go spend it on drugs." I got to go find that actual original clip and green screen out Keffels' head so that when that happens, you actually see the head talking on the video. We can do that for everybody. It would be like the Nick Ricada AI super chats, but real life chat, real words.
Jesus, that was that clip. Yeah, okay. That was that clip there. So, and that was the end of June there. So, this one here is Josh on Dark Side Phil's Sonic Pickle Burger Problem. This is from the 4th of July, you know, this is from Friday. So, yeah, this is 8.5 minutes long. Let's see what Josh has got to say about this.
Hello, Expand Dog. How you doing, dude?
Dark Side Phil, Neger Psychologue, loves to keep
his name is always dodgy to say, you know. I just call him Psycho. It's safer. It's a lot safer just calling him Psycho, because that first name is like, well, that's a bit. I might get cancelled if I can say that first name. You know, it's a bit dodgy to say that name. But aye.
Kiwi Farms updated on the Dark Side Phil thing. I'm not sure if he actually met this goal, but he started up a begathon, as he does, and he asked for money for an emergency. And he actually raised 15.
Oh, thank you very much to WPIG and their viewers for popping by. We're almost done ourselves. We're kind of just watching. We couldn't really do bingo take ourselves no here, of course, you know what I mean? So instead we're just kind of watching random clips, whatever. This is actually the last clip we're going to watch, and then we'll probably just kind of fuck off and just try again tomorrow. But yeah, we're just kind of having a good time. No bingo today, but there's no Phil today either. So we're just basically kind of, you know, it's a wee day off from Phil essentially.
$1,500, which I can't even believe, because he rarely makes even like $100 on some of his streams.
I'm gonna rewind that just to kind of make sure there's no context missed from this clip here.
And he asked for money for an emergency, and he actually raised $1,500, which I can't even believe, because he rarely makes even like $100 on some of his streams. But he said after raising $1,500 that the reward for doing so would be that he gets the Sonic Pickle Burger from the fast food restaurant Sonic. I don't know what a pickle burger is. Burgers often have some kind of pickle on them. I'm going to assume it's like a joke item where it's like a whole... let me pull it up. What kind of lazy streamer am I? I'm not even pulling this up. Sonic pickle burger. I have to use Bing because Google doesn't like my VPN. It's too fucking bad. It looks like a regular burger with pickles on it. It's literally all pickles. That's not what I get when I look on... Is this like an actual menu item, or do you just ask for a pickle burger? Like, do you have to edit? I will show you this when I figure out what the fuck it is. The funniest part of the stupid Sonic pickle burger, see, there's all the delivery apps are using it for the banner art for the restaurant. It's not even an option to order. Oh, it is literally all pickles. Dude, if I search Sonic Pickle Burger on X, I get nothing but stuff about DSP. Okay, so it's literally a burger that's all pickles, I suppose. I'll show this this picture.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think Josh is fucking hyper-focused on this pickle burger.
Okay, so there it is. And I think you can order this with fried pickles as well, in case you really want to go the extra mile and get all those pickles. So he said he would eat this and he got $1,500. So the Sonic closest to his house is 6 miles away. And then he goes onto the app and he tries to order the pickle burger. Now the delivery app, Uber Eats, does not have the pickle burger, despite using it as promotional material, which sounds like a fucking false advertising. Sounds like a class action lawsuit waiting to happen. If I download your app to order this pickle burger, I expect to get a fucking pickle burger, chat. This is America. Don't fuck with me. But DSP pulls out his Uber Eats and he looks for the pickle burger and he can't find it. And he goes, I can't order the pickle burger on stream. And if I were to go and get the pickle burger in real life, or to go outside and venture forth into the bright unknown of Washington State, it would take me an hour. It'd take me an hour to drive out of my gated community.
Just cry more, Phil. Cry more, yeah. Being asked here, can we carry free spaces from the likes today? Absolutely. Yeah. So things carry over. For example, we got given so Meth Bear tipped earlier on. So because of that still goes towards a bingo prize fund. So that's that was a $5 they tipped. So the bingo prize fund goes up by 5. Simple as that. So yeah, I know. We have a bingo card ready to go, but there's no bingo. It's a tragedy, and it's a fucking tragedy. This could have been bingo today, but if there's no bingo because Phil's not here. But yeah, free spaces will still count. They will carry it over for tomorrow. So if we have 50 likes, for example, they'll carry that free space over for tomorrow, and it's just same applies for anything else. But yeah, it's just it still counts basically.
Go to the Sonic and order a pickle burger and get back home safely. So he refused, despite making $1,500 to eat a pickle burger. He was too fucking lazy to like take a break and go get it from Sonic and then eat it on stream because Uber Eats wouldn't deliver it for him. And that's so lazy and disrespectful. I told my chat months ago that if I went to Maryland and I got me some Old Bay vodka and I was going to drink it on July 4th, and guess what? I did it. I literally, do you know how fucking far Maryland is? I drove through Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia.
Josh got to Maryland only to get fucking just alcohol. Or was there a reason why I went there? For fuck's sake.
Even the District of Columbia to get to Maryland. So I could buy Old Bay vodka. And even then, they didn't have it in a bunch of stores. And they said it was like a gimmick that they only did for a limited run. So I had to hunt this fucker down. I literally went to an Old Bay store that sold it sold like Old Bay underwear. And they said they couldn't sell liquor. So even at the Old Bay store, they did not have liquor. So I had to go and find a liquor store that still had this gimmick, and I found it. That's the effort. I drove 12 fucking hours to get this beverage, chat. That's what I did for you, my audience, my lovely audience that pays me money to go and eat cheese, fine cheese. By the way, I did a cheese review on Locals. If you want to go to Matthew at Locals.
Oh, I fucking love cheese. Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't get me fucking started in cheese. Can't have too much of a good a thing, you know what I say?
.com. I gave up. I couldn't find a cheese store to my liking in the near, so I bought cheese on the internet. And you know what? It was real fucking good. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a cheese from Massachusetts, Marion, Massachusetts. It was a goat cheese, and it was one of the finest cheeses I've ever had. So, if you want my cheese review, join the Locals chat. Anyways, my lovely.
I'm not sure I'm gonna put, you know, American cheese. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying the Europeans have kind of got the Americans beaten on good cheese, you know. I'm just saying it's like, you know, Americans do a lot of things quite better than other people, but cheese is not one of them. You know, I just controversial opinion, I know. You know, but it's like, you know, it's just the way it is.
The audience pays me money for these extravagant expenditures. My tax write-off, Old Bay vodka. Probably the only person in the entire world in the history of mankind.
Hey, Street Panda saying he says Maryland oddly. I mean, I don't know how you say it either. You know what I mean? Maryland. But when I see Maryland, you know what I think of? This is me being a big fat bastard here. I think of Maryland chicken from a Chinese fucking food menu. From the European section of a Chinese food menu. Yeah, I used to order that shit all the fucking time. Give me some random fucking breadcrumb chicken, you know, that's been cooked way too fucking much and it's dry as fuck. Make sure it's got fucking sauce so I can actually fucking not, you know, fucking die of dehydration trying to consume that chicken. And I'll fucking enjoy the fucking wee pineapple or banana fritter as well. It comes with, yeah, shit. that's what I think of Maryland anyway. No offense if you're from fucking Maryland, but when I see Maryland, I just think of the fucking meal from a Chinese you get, you know, not a fucking place. But yeah, big up Street Panda, and also we watched some of your content that you created the other day, you know, during the week there. Last week, sorry, you know, so good stuff indeed. Well done again on that. A robust content you created.
Kind of has ever written off Old Bay vodka as a tax write-off. And it is an expense. It is a business expense. I use it to support my business endeavors. And a cheese box as a business. I'm probably the only person that ever wrote off cheese. At least like a personal box. You know what? That's a lie. I bet you lots of people write off cheese as a business expense. Especially people that make shit with cheese for a business, because I think they're called restaurants, chat, and I think it's a business expense to buy cheese for a restaurant. Anyways, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, Dark Side Phil, $1,500. Enough money, honestly, to drive out of fucking state to get a pickle burger. But he didn't. He couldn't go 6 miles to get the pickle burger. So all those pay pigs that said, oh boy, I can't wait for Darkside Phil, my favorite streamer, to go get the Sonic Pickle Burger. I would love to see my favorite streamer, Darkside Phil, eat that pickle burger so much. I'm going to give him all of my money. So he gets that pickle burger. And after all, it's for a good cause, because Darkside Phil is in real bad trouble. He can't pay his bills. He can't pay his bills. He can't pay his rent. He can't pay his electricity or his internet. I got to give that Darkside Phil some of my money. I worked at the gas station for $7.50 an hour. I gotta give him some of my money. He really needs it for that pickle burger. But I can't wait to see him eat that pickle burger. And then the dent gives him that money and watches his favorite streamer play shitty games very shittily for hours. And after he reaches his goal, he says, sorry, chat. Just can't do it. No pickle burger today. I think who has been more harmed by their streamer? The Canny crew when they watch Saba and she doesn't show tummy, or the Dark Side Phil Dent who paid $1,500 for him to eat the pickle burger and didn't see any pickles. You know, there is nothing but pure love. Pure love. Not just pure as in the love itself is completely pure, but it is also without any sort of evilness either. And they just wanted to see the pickle burger. And he was denied. He is the real victim here. Nobody has been more victimized by a streamer than that guy. It brings me to fucking tears. That's a travesty. No wonder why these A-logs beat Darkside Phil to death. They hold bats and they slam that bat into their hand like, I can't wait to beat that Darkside Phil's ass. They're completely justified in their righteous anger because he won't eat the fucking pickle burger that he was paid $1,500 to eat, chat. Sad. DSP should show tummy.
Oh, don't you fucking dare give me ideas. Oh, God, no.
Would the Dints spam the crying emojis if he showed tummy? Would they be like, uh-oh, pig roach belly erotic? What a dark and twisted world we live in.
Oh, thanks for that horrible mental image, Josh. I fucking dick. Appreciate that. Well, there you go. Fuck me, man. I think I'm going to wrap things up there. As I said, we had this on standby. If we had time to have attempted a brief, like, 3x3 bingo card or something, we could have, like, tried to use this old stream. In case you're wondering what this is, so this is also on Phil's channel. This stream is on Phil's channel. And it's archived there still, in perpetuity. And this is Phil's impromptu waiting on Twitch hangout / retrospective stream. And yeah, also this is at a time when he was struggling for answers, not shit. Twitch had just, you know, he couldn't go on Twitch properly or whatever, so he went on YouTube instead. And I love how unprofessional this was, you know what I mean? This image doesn't fit the full screen, okay? So you can actually see behind the image at the bottom of it, and you can see Phil trying to set up. You see his chair jiggling. Look at his chair jiggling like crazy while he's trying to set up whatever, the weak webcam, whatever as well. Like, awful fucking stuff. And then he fucking goes live in, like, you know, a few seconds here, you know what I mean? And he spent like fucking 90 minutes or whatever, 100 minutes crying and bitching and whining and moaning.
Alright. What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, this fucking stream. Oh god. What was this the stream where Phil blames Tevin for cat fucking off from Halloween? I think it, well, I don't know. I can't be this one. I mean, I want to say this was a stream where he blames Tevin for cat fucking off on Halloween. Like the year before or whatever. But that would mean that Phil was sold on that grudge for like 8 months. Or something, because this is like July. Oh no, but this is a great wee fucking stream where Phil was just like bitching and whining and moaning. As we kill time waiting on answers from Twitch, join me on YouTube as we hang out, chill and do some retrospective stuff. Oh fuck. Oh no. No.
Ghost of Derridge tipped £1.
Fuck off.
King Jad, can I interest you in some dick cheese? What is dick cheese, you ask? According to the doctor, it's smegma, a combination of dead skin cells, sebum and sweat. Although it might be dry because it's my corpse.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, of course, guys. You are the ghost of Derek, so yes, it wouldn't actually fucking be you. It'd be your fucking... Where's the button? Yeah, there it is.
FBI, open up! Get the fuck out of here!
So thank you for the tip, Derek, you creepy wee bastard. I'll just add that to the bingo prize fund. Of course, all tips go towards the bingo prize fund, so there we go. Awful stuff indeed. Right, guys. I think, yeah, I mean, tempting as it is to try and do a wee quick bingo from, like, this fucking, like, you know, this stream from Phil or whatever, you know what I mean? Also, this actually could win. This card right here on its own could potentially win, but nah, I'm not going to bother. It's quite late in the fucking day to even try and start it, whatever. Fuck it, I don't want to even open up that can of worms. But we're going to just call time there. As far as I'm aware, Phil has still not posted any more updates since his last one. Nothing here. He's not responded to anything, I think, as far as I'm aware. Only 7 comments on such a popular and esteemed content creator. Come on, people. I need that. Someone responded, I need that money, I really do. I need that money. Phil was getting trolled on his own community post. Glorious stuff. I kind of figured this was going to happen with that Felton that PvP gave him on Friday, absolutely decimating DSP. I figured it would take a couple of extra days to recover. Off there you go. I need meaningful content, says Idris Wee. Darn, that sucks. I hope everybody's okay. May God be with you in your time of trouble. Phil has not hinted at trouble. A reminder of what Phil said, just in case people missed it before. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I'm unable to stream. There's no estimate as to when he'll be able to stream again. Now, Phil has not hinted at health issues or anything, actually. He kept it deliberately vague and ambiguous. He purposefully kept it as vague as possible, just to try and drum up attention or whatever. So there we go. Fuck me, man. So hold on. Let's just make sure we're not missing anything from Phil. There's no updates from Phil since then. No, nothing. Just, but yeah, this is Phil's, in my opinion, this is Phil's intention. To be deliberately ambiguous, deliberately vague, and just fucking get people talking and hypothesizing and theory craft and whatever. But okay. I'm going to wrap things up. We don't even have otters. Hold on. Let's fucking get some otters going. I forgot to fucking include otters. Which one do we want? The Vancouver Aquarium. Yeah, it's the best one. There we go. Otters are getting fed right now. Grand. Guys, I am going to wrap things up there. There was no bingo today, of course, and I do apologise for that. But still, I think we had a good time anyway. Just fucking, you know, it was technically a little detox of sorts, you know. Well, no, not really a detox, you know, but we didn't have to endure live DSP. We got to enjoy him being made fun of by various individuals on the internet, which is always a good fun time indeed. So there we go. And we got to obviously theorise ourselves as to what's going on with Phil. You guys had your own theories and possibilities. Will we find out tomorrow what has happened with Phil Burnell, or will he remain gone and offline? I'll tell you what, if Phil is not here tomorrow, we'll try and, I mean, we might try and do bingo tomorrow with one of his older streams. We'll have to try and see. It's hard to do bingo with one of his older streams that are archived because the things that are on the current bingo card are not relevant to his older streams. Like RGBs are not a thing back in 2020 for him anyway, and same for Kick. For example, Kick wasn't a fucking thing in 20, you know. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I'm going to assume that Phil will return tomorrow. Do you think Phil can actually afford 4 days off without creating content on the internet? No. He will return tomorrow, come hell or high water. I'm pretty confident of that. But guys, I'm going to wrap things up there. As I said, thank you for joining me for some non-DSP bingo content. I hope you all had a good time. I hope everyone had a good weekend as well, and hope the Monday started off on a good note. We'll try again tomorrow, Tuesday, for some bingo, and hopefully things will go according to plan. But yeah, so until tomorrow, guys, I'm going to end how I always end by putting today's PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animation. So until tomorrow, hope you guys all have a good one, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside, and all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah. Money, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, yeah. Money, oh, money, yeah. Money, just gone like that.